the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning. It is Monday, September 18th, 2023, and we're coming to you live today. How's everybody doing?
Good.
I bit my tongue yesterday.
Oh.
So hard.
Hungry?
We should be best of.
Oh.
Wow. Somebody had a good night.
Injured.
I'm just
Carmen,
saying,
we may
you're
have
hurt.
to be by 9 o'clock. I don't know if I can talk anymore. It hurt
saying.
so bad. I heard the crunch when I bit it.
Oh.
I got fat orca tongue, and it's just too big for my mouth. It is. It's hot, right? and I caught the back passenger seat in the molars. I said, ugh. Yeah, I mean, it sent lightning through my body. But anyway, it's not like a big cut or anything, but it is one of the most painful things ever. And to have to talk and swallow and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Anyway, hi everybody. How's everybody doing?
You going to make it?
I don't know. Have a best of ready, Carmen, just in case.
You said September 18th. Guess what?
Uh-oh.
We are less than 200 days away from the cruise.
Man.
199.
We're close to the cruise. We're even closer to Christmas. We're only 4 months away for 2024. I read that this morning. I went, I didn't like the way that felt. I am getting old at a great pace. It is unbelievable how fast
seems to
time
speed
goes.
up, Michael.
It does, right,
Yeah,
Joe?
yeah, it does.
Joe knows.
When I was a kid, it took 3 years to get through third grade.
Oh, yeah.
Now it just
Well,
takes
you just
forever.
weren't smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of us did in 1 year.
You know what's interesting is I'm only 52. Like I'll be 52. I've been
52.
I've been saying that I'm 52 for so long. I thought I was turning 53, and I went, oh wait a second, I just bought myself a year.
Yeah.
How do you like that? Anyway, welcome to the show today. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a great weekend, filled with fulfilled promises.
Oh, promises. He did things he said he was going to do.
I have people screaming that at me from other cars while I'm driving. It is unbelievable. So we'll talk about that later, but I did fulfill some promises this weekend for sure. What else? I had to tell you something else right out of the gate. So I'm watching this replay on ESPN of Deion Sanders. What is it, Colorado?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't pretend to be a man. I don't have no idea. I know he was supposed to come here. Well, not coming here, but they were talking to him about coming here. He stayed at the school he was at because he wanted to go to a small black school, and then when they got enough attention, he was like, give me the money, and he ran to Colorado. And now they're undefeated this season, and everybody is hoping that he fails now. Not everybody because they don't like him, but just because he's doing such a good job.
Yeah. Well, they talk a lot of trash, and that annoys a lot of people.
They're
talk-
undefeated how many games?
2, 3.
Three
Yeah.
games, yeah.
Yeah, but he's beaten teams that they shouldn't be beating, and his son is really a good quarterback. So it's going really well for him. Can I give you my thing? I don't know anything about college football, so I'm not going to sit here and try and pretend I do. But can I tell you what I do know about, and that's marketing and the fact that there's so much attention on this game. The only reason why this game is getting so much attention and the only reason why the whole world is watching it is because of Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, because he is who he is, Hall of Famer, two-sport athlete, big mouth, superstar. The only reason people are paying attention is because it's him. So he's over there, and Lil Wayne runs them out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Other rappers are on the
The
sideline.
Rock was on the
The
sideline.
Rock, Warren Sapp
A ton
going
of
out
NBA
there.
players were there, yeah.
So he's drawing that kind of attention.
Well, that's why everybody wanted them to lose because they were saying, like, you get all these distractions, all this,
listen.
just this circus, and then you go out and get your ass kicked.
But, right, that would be funny.
Yeah.
But they're not getting their ass kicked, and he's proving that he is the guy he thinks he is.
Well, that game went into double overtime.
Right.
Yeah.
Against two coaches who are talking smack. It's a good WWE buildup. But my whole point of this, again, I don't know anything about college football, but I do know about marketing, and I do know that this is what it would take for the XFL or some other football league to be popular. You only need 2 players. You put 2 star players in that organization, you fill it with players that people want to see on the sideline, and then you bring in some guys that could have potential to be playing, and you get people to go see your games.
It's amazing because Colorado won 1 game last year.
Right.
And then remember, when he first got there, he went in and told the entire team that he was basically getting rid of everybody and bringing in all new players. And now they're 3-0.
Let me ask you this. Can Deion Sanders save the WNBA?
Wait, what?
I don't know if you don't want to admit this to yourself, but I watched a preview on ESPN before, and it said what you've been waiting for is happening. The WNBA is back. So clearly, people are waiting.
We've been waiting.
Yeah.
A lot of layups.
Do you know? I found out. I saw a clip of Lisa Leslie, who was one of
the original.
Right. She was talking to a bunch of NBA players, and they said, "What could help the WNBA? Like what?" And she goes, "I don't know. I think maybe if some of the NBA players donated their salaries to."
Oh, no.
And the one the one guy goes, "There is no one, and I'm telling you, there is no one that supports the WNBA more than NBA players."
That is 100% true.
And she goes, "You're right. You're absolutely right. This and that." And he was like, "Why? It doesn't even make sense that we would give money." Like, it was such a dumb statement to say.
It's weird because women's college basketball is very popular when it's like March Madness. Remember all the, it gets, there's like
because
huge crowd.
They play at a very high level.
But then as soon as they go to the WNBA, they just fall off a cliff.
But the other thing that I saw was that in the entire time the WNBA has been around, I don't know, maybe 20 years or whatever it's been, that it's never made a profit.
No, and like I like to watch basketball. I don't really care. I don't have a team. I don't care. So when the Raptors were playing here, I went to some of the games, and Miggs had his suite, and he was like, "We're not going to any of those games. Go sit in the suite." I was like, "Okay." So I'm watching Raptors basketball in a suite, and I only went to like 2-3 games. I'm like, "All right, that's enough. I've seen enough." Can you imagine going to a WNBA? You could have put me in a suite with girls rubbing my shoulders, and I would have been like, "Why are we here? This is ridiculous."
Oh, like Gio said, you want to see a bunch of layups.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not that they're not good athletes. We don't need to get into this whole debate, but we realize that we're not interested in it, and they should just realize that nobody's interested in it.
I've never watched a game ever, but I got to imagine if the product was on the court was better, you would get more eyes on it.
How much better, though?
A lot better. I don't know. I'm assuming that's the problem.
It's boring compared to men's.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it is. If you watch girls or men's is far beyond what women play.
Is there any sport where you would rather watch women?
UFC.
Swimming, golf, UFC.
Volleyball.
I mean,
ballet,
volleyball,
volleyball,
soccer. I watch the World Cup.
Women's soccer. You'd rather watch women's soccer over men's soccer?
Rather, no.
Yeah.
No, they're good.
I'd watch both.
Women's beach volleyball, and I don't mean that because they're in bikinis and stuff. Women's beach volleyball is on the same, is on par with men's beach volleyball.
Not athletically, really. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but if they're playing each other, no. But when they're playing women and men playing men, it
like
looks
they do
like
good stuff. Yeah. But I think because you're not as familiar with it, I'm sure that there's men that are watching that play volleyball that go, "Oh my God."
Yeah, but what is the percentage of men who?
Right.
Play
Yeah. That's.
volleyball?
I think that's the big thing. That's a big takeaway with that. Yeah, because there's a few things they said that I don't know whether you can consider it a sport or a game, but like pool. They said that women may catch up to men being as good. I don't know whether that
pool, like shooting
bowling.
Pool?
Yeah, shooting pool.
Oh.
Yeah. Ultra running. There's some women that are unbelievable that are really good and beat some of the top men.
Yeah, but nobody's watching that.
Nobody's watching that at all.
Men or women. Because you can't sit there you can't put cameras for the whole thing. And
I'll tell you one of the greatest things, and they really screwed it up, was the Ironman, the triathlon in Kona in Hawaii. When they would do it, and NBC would present it, and they'd make it like this big thing, and they'd give you backstories on the different people and stuff. It was great. It was really interesting. And then they stopped doing it, and they changed the voice guy, and now I think they do it online or something, whatever. It's just not good.
They used to go, "This is the Iron Man."
Right,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, Iron Man. Hey, Iron Man, guys. You guys running or swimming?"
No, but I mean, it was cool. It was, they're running through stuff that lava created and doing this and how far it is. And, about the guy whose son was in the wheelchair and he ran with the kid, never ran before, and then decided they were going to do a triathlon. And,
By the way, I'll never forget, there was the guy whose son was in the wheelchair, and he liked the feeling of running. Mm-hmm. So this guy started running with his son, and he was not a runner.
Just a regular Boston dude. Yeah. Just an older guy. He was already like 50-something, 60-something whenever he started doing it.
And he started running and pushing the wheelchair, and the kid would love it. So then the next thing you know, he's running marathons and all that stuff. Like, he trained himself. He did so much running to do this. And my brother sent it to me through an email. And I watched it, and I go, "I don't get it." He goes, "What don't you get?" I go, "Just keep in mind, this is 20 years ago." And he goes, "The guy's son is handicapped, and he's running with him." And I go, yeah, but I don't see the joke. He's like, there's no joke. I go, I just never saw you send me anything nice before. I thought for sure at some point the guy dumps the kid out and steps on his face.
Or underneath your brother wrote, I'm not doing this for you.
Yeah. They fight over the ribbon.
Yeah, I said to him, I said, it's very nice. It's a great story. I just have never received anything nice from you. I was very surprised by it. So anyway.
There's something wrong with you.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I said I love you back this weekend.
Oh, to who?
To Steve-O. He's so I love you that I didn't realize I even said it. I was like, oh man,
you meant it
to him.
Yeah.
Not to you.
You've said it to me before. It's okay.
Bobby Kelly sends me a text and he just says, I hate you. And I go, well, it's very aggressive. And he goes, I don't like when you have fun with other comedians and other people. And I wrote, yeah, look at this. I took a picture of me and Frankie from Cafe Chibo. And I sent it to him, and he goes, you wish that I was Fat Bobby again, don't you?
I got to tell you, I don't know whether he was trolling or not. I was going to respond to him last night on Twitter, and I was like, this can't even be real. He said, I'm about to watch this. Is it good? And it was Step Brothers. And I was like, you can't tell me he hasn't seen Step Brothers.
I don't know if he has or he hasn't, but he definitely was trolling either way.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can't. I'm not even responding. Because
what is that on Twitter?
I think it was on Twitter, yeah.
I don't ever read anybody else's tweets. I'm only on Twitter for me.
Yeah. I just who I follow.
I know. I got to start. I think it's so all over the place that it's hard to keep track of. I'm going to knock it down and I only follow like 12 people. That'll make things a lot easier. Or make a list. I'm sure they have a perfect way to just list everybody, news people, funny people.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now that I will go through, and the people I follow, I'm interested in this. Okay, what's going on here? Then stuff will pop up, and I go, why is this in my timeline? And it's suggested or it's whatever, and I block it. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to know anything about that.
Yeah, weird. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, XFL or any of these things, The Rock is not enough to do it. He can't do everything. You bring in two good players. Who are two players that can't make it in the like who are way past their prime for the NFL, but still could squeeze out a year or two?
Antonio Brown.
Oh, you bring in Antonio Brown for sure.
It's a circus.
Oh yeah, but he was in that arena league and nobody cared.
Yeah, but
he's a rapper now.
Nobody cares about Antonio Brown anymore.
But if you mix him in there with a bunch of other people like that, you have more of a league.
But he's on his like 6th or 7th chance. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, let's give him a chance here in Tampa. Then he screws up.
Colin Kaepernick throwing to Antonio Brown, people are watching that.
No,
I'm telling you,
you might watch one game, but you're not like sitting down on a Saturday night like, ooh, I got to watch Antonio Brown tonight.
And I think you're getting more people boycotting it than watching
that might be true.
If you get maybe Colin Kaepernick's not the smartest move. If you get a quarterback who could still throw the ball, and you get 3 receivers in the league who could catch the ball, I think that's the key. I mean, people are paying attention to Deion Sanders.
You know, it'd be a good thing to do. Watch the NFL.
I mean,
that's the thing. You've been beaten. You've been beaten. If you're good enough,
you want more.
If your book's good enough, it's going to be a movie.
It's not a matter of you watching NFL or XFL. It's the end of the season. XFL comes on. That's when you're like, we want more.
So they should do more NFL. I mean, it really. Yeah. Once you get a product so good, UFC, it's hard to watch other stuff. Unless you come up with something like bare knuckle boxing, where that's a different thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Similar but different.
They should bring back that Lingerie Football League. I think it was a great in between, for the off season.
Sports, yeah, sure. I would. I just come that feeling of when football's over and you're like, what do we do now? We got to wait a whole year for football to come back.
The Deion thing, a large majority of people are watching because they want him to lose.
But that's fine. He's a heel. Yeah. So you build it up where you have somebody who I'm coming in the XFL and I'm turning it around and taking it over and you're like, look at this big mouth. Or you get a guy like Deion who is the coach and then in the important part puts himself in the game. Makes him run out there and play. Coach. Yeah, I mean, like all you need is something to get it a little bit interesting. A couple of names. It could be old names, but just a couple of names to get you in there and get you watching.
And also the thing now is I've noticed on a lot of the social media, if you're putting any hate towards Colorado or Deion Sanders, then instantly you're a racist too. That's a thing now too. Oh, it's because you don't like seeing black people succeed and stuff.
I just assume everybody in college football is black.
Everybody hates everybody in college football.
Yeah. The most successful college football people are black.
Yeah,
except the Heisman Trophy
that's
quarterback.
Absurd. Like that's what college football is. Every team, there's rivalries. Everybody hates everybody. That's what makes it good.
Yeah, I don't hate Deion at all. I don't care if he wins or loses. I'm enjoying that I have something to kind of look at a score and say, hey, did they win again? You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing amazing things in Colorado. That team, like I said, they won 1 game last year. He's already won 3. They opened the season as a 25-point underdog in Vegas. They won that game. Then this past game, the other team was a 25-point underdog, and they have no idea what to do with them.
So now that goes to the psychology of it. Do you think they're winning because it's Deion Sanders and he's giving them the confidence to win, or do you think he's really that good of a coach? Like, is he training them and showing them exactly what to do, or is it?
Well, he was that good of a player.
We all got Deion swag. Yeah, but good.
So,
listen, he was a great player. He's an unbelievable athlete, 2 sports, all that stuff. But that doesn't necessarily translate into be able to show other people how to do it.
Well, now in college football, they have like the transfer portal, so you can grab kids from other schools.
Yeah,
and
they
you can
all instantly put in for Colorado.
Yeah, you can flip your roster overnight. So now you basically have a brand new team of much improved players, which I think is why you're getting the results you're getting. They also haven't really played too many tough teams yet. So
the transfer portal makes it possible for those players who aren't getting as much hype but are pretty good now to really shine because go over there, everybody run to the big schools, and then you can go over there and now everybody moves up one.
It used to be if you transferred to another school, you had to sit out a year.
Right.
They got rid of that. So now you can transfer to any school you want and you can play right away. You couple that with now NIL. So basically, it's open free agency with no salary cap.
Plus, it's a lot of I'm frustrated with my coach. I'm going to the portal, you know.
And all these, so Deion shows up, and then he has so much star power that these kids are like absolutely.
And they're making money.
The Rock's going to be on my sideline? Hell yeah, I want to go to Colorado.
Yeah. But Deion also went in there and cut 90% of the team.
Oh, yeah, because they were
his
garbage.
First year. Yeah. But he said, everyone go to the portal. He literally went in, and that was his first speech. He said, everyone go to the portal and put your name in because I guaranteed you're not going to be here next year.
But that was also a test. I would have been like Rudy. I would have been like, Coach, I'm not going to go to the portal. I think I can make this team.
He was criticized heavily for that, saying, you're so mean. That's so – no way, dude.
That's life.
Yeah, this team won 1 game. Why would I keep you here?
Yeah,
I'm trying to win games.
Yeah, I wonder how many people actually stayed. Like, I'd like to know who the ones who made it through.
He cut 90% of the team.
Yeah.
There was only like 5 players he kept.
Yeah, there really is. I think it's 95% of the team that's new.
I feel pretty good if you're in the 5%.
Right, but like I said, a lot of people are rooting for them to win now because you'll see his son. He's like on the sidelines warming up, and he's got his Rolex on, and like people hate that kind of stuff. They want to see him.
Do
fail.
They though? I mean, that's who they love for.
Unless you're a Colorado, a Colorado fan,
yeah.
But it's about time that those kids make money.
Oh, for
Because think about how much money the school makes selling their jerseys.
I don't think anybody will argue that. I think everybody agrees.
No,
right?
Even the guy who wrote the contract for college sports where they couldn't make money, he said later on, he goes, listen, I'm a good lawyer. Sorry, they told me to do it and stuff. He goes, do I agree with it?
Bad.
No. He goes, He goes, I feel terrible that I, made it so they couldn't. But I'm just a good lawyer.
It seems overall like college football fans don't like that Deion's the new guy doing things a different way that it's been done. And that annoys everybody.
It's also his arrogance.
He's getting results.
He's so arrogant when he comes in
exactly.
that rubs people the wrong way.
But a lot of it is because everyone thinks that he's going to, he went in, cut 95% of the team, and everyone thinks that he's going to be a coach in the NFL in the next 2 years, and people don't like that. They're like, how are you going to go in, change this program?
Every good college coach puts their time in, wins, and then tries to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't think there's teams that would hire Deion tomorrow based just on what he's done already?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. But that's why everyone's criticizing him, because they're like, how dare you go in, cut 95% of the team, ruin this kid's dream, and then you're just going to abandon them in a year or two?
Welcome to life.
Yeah.
Welcome to life, kid.
In the NFL, do the owners have a say in who gets hired as a head coach for any of the teams?
Yeah.
Sure.
So maybe not then. Maybe the owners of the NFL are like, listen, we don't need Deion in here.
Or you don't think the Cowboys are like, bring Deion in here?
Or maybe they're like, no, but I'm saying the owners group. Like, not necessarily just the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Can I, as the owner of the Bears, go, I don't think that's a good idea, and then Gio
the other
chimes
thing
in.
that Deion wouldn't have in the NFL is he doesn't have the transfer portal. He can't just go get whoever he wants and stack his team.
He's so confident and talks so much trash that also makes people want to see you lose because
that makes it exciting.
So far, he's backed up. I've watched all 3 Colorado games this year. I'd never watched Colorado maybe one other time ever.
Right.
They've got me locked in. I love it.
The other thing is his kid's a good quarterback. So you're watching a kid who could be a contender for the Heisman Trophy, who could be a #1 draft pick.
That game went to 2:30. It was like 2:30 in the morning because it was out in Colorado. Started 8 or 10 o'clock here, and to force overtime, they had like a minute left, and Deion Sanders' kid, who's the quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, got the ball on the 98. Got the ball on the 2-yard line. Went 98 yards in like a minute. To score to force overtime, and they won that game. After the game, they asked him, what were you thinking? He goes, all I was thinking was, I'm in Tom Brady mode right now.
Oh, really? That's funny.
And him and Tom Brady apparently are friends, and they train and stuff. He goes, yeah. He's like, all I thought was, I'm in Brady mode right now.
Well, look, man.
It's crazy.
If your dad's got the friends to come over there and train you, and if you're going to go to the best, go to the best. That's what I used to tell Joey when Joey was, I go, you realize I could have Derek Brooks come over and show you some stuff. You know, I can have this guy come over and show you. That's one of the things that most kids can't get. So, if you have it, take it.
It's crazy to me that people pretend that are trying to that Deion doesn't know football. He's one of the best to ever play.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champion. He's, he is regarded as one of the best to play the position. I mean,
I think it's great for college football. I'm loving it. I'm watching every game. I'm locked in.
I don't like college football. Not that I don't like it. I just don't love it. But this might be my chance to really kind of get into it.
This past weekend was so exciting. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There were so many close games between teams that weren't supposed to lose. It was awesome.
Listen, today is the day that the Hard Rock's supposed to get their betting app back. When that happens, I will learn to love college football because that'll give me another day to be a degenerate gambler.
Those spreads are easier to bet on the NFL because NFL is so unpredictable.
But you can grab all those long shots, too.
Yeah.
These guys are 35-point underdogs. All right, bet $5 on them and see what happens, I did well. So I didn't know this. So FanDuel has been my go-to this whole time, and FanDuel, my son made an account last year. They noticed that we both have the same email address, and they deactivated my account. So I called them up, and I said, hey, what's up? And they said, well, you have 2 accounts. And I go, yeah, I think my son made one. He used my email, and they were like, you can't do that. I go, okay, cancel it. And they're like, okay, we'll cancel it. And I'm like, well, mine's still deactivated. I'm like, yeah, we have to escalate you to the next. So I go, okay, cool. So they're like, I go, what do I do? They're going to email me, call me, and they're like, yeah, they'll call you. No call. I email them back. Still no call. So this weekend, I'm like, fine, I'm jump over to DraftKings, which I know that they own too, so I'm not losing anything there. But DraftKings, I didn't know it pays you immediately. Like the minute the game was over, the money was in my account already.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
maybe FanDuel does that too, except I never actually won in FanDuel.
The Kevin Hart commercial, that's what they say. Like it's supposed to be in within a minute.
I prefer to call that the Fitzsimmons. What's his name?
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick. Damn, I couldn't get it out.
Well, I just logged onto the app. It still says we're out of service area.
Oh.
Yeah, but I read that it was supposed to happen today. I think they have a hearing today.
Yeah.
So I reached out to the Hard Rock. They didn't respond.
I've got 26 cents in my balance.
Do you really? Yeah. I did use the FanDuel Sportsbook app when I was in New Jersey. That is legal for some reason. We can do it up there.
I can't wait.
I know, but now I can't get my money until I travel out of state.
Oh.
It's trapped in my account. I have to go to Dallas this weekend.
For what?
There you go. I was waiting for you, Carmen.
Dallas.
Well, you want me to ask?
I did. I went like this. I went, I have to go to Dallas, and I was waiting for you to go for what?
You want me to ask. That's why you
need
say
Oh,
so.
my God. Why are you so aggressive today?
Very aggressive.
I am?
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I was
Alright.
just wondering.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Carmen,
Yeah.
I have to go for double secret probation reason.
For double secret probation?
But get this. You want to hear the worst?
He made Dean Wormser's list.
Yeah. I have to fly there. I have to leave here at 6:30 in the morning. I have a meeting there in the day, and then I have to come back on Sunday.
Oh, so you're really making it miserable.
But what's the meeting about?
Yeah, what I said was double secret probation. I
Double
shot
secret
a
probation.
horse in the dean's office. This is the 3rd time now I'm going to get interrupted by second time by a flight during the game.
Oh.
I could not. I sat down and watched that Bucks game yesterday, and after the first couple of minutes, I could not stay awake. It was like somebody hit me with a tranquilizer gun.
Oh, come on,
My
man.
wife was like,
It's
well,
very
I watched
exciting.
most of it. My wife was like, shut up. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you're snoring. I'm like, I'm not even sleeping. I just saw Mike Evans. I went, oh, wait, I was sleeping.
Oh,
That
no.
happens. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
killing me. But Yeah, feel the bake.
The bake
We're
it.
2-0.
We're baking it up.
We are
baked.
2-0.
Yeah, it's in the oven.
Look, let's look at it this way. The first game was an ugly, barely win. The second game would beat Chicago. It doesn't matter because right now we're 2-0, and that's all people care about. And we saw Rashad White bring the running game back, which didn't happen in the previous game. We saw Baker Mayfield make some great. Can we just go around the room if anybody has a favorite moment from yesterday's game? I love when that guy ran through the line, smashed into Baker Mayfield, and bounced off him. He didn't even flinch. He didn't go down. He turned around and threw the ball.
I liked when there was a late hit out of bounds of Baker Mayfield. He got up screaming. He's like, "Ah!" I was like, oh, man.
Dude, I love that guy,
He's
man.
wild.
I love him. I think he's just fun to have on your team, and it's been an exciting season to watch.
I think he's better suited for this system than Tom Brady would have been.
Yeah. You know what I didn't like? Gronkowski talking bad about the Bucs in the beginning.
He was?
Yeah, he was like, their running game is horrible. And I went, oh, easy. You were just here. You know those guys.
He was never one of us.
Gronk, I think, was more one of us than Brady was.
Nah, they're all Patriots.
I don't
They
know.
always will
Gronk
be.
lived here for a little bit.
A lot of people live here.
I don't. Tom Brady really showed that he is a Florida man. He threw the trophy while they were on a boat, all tequila
We got
drunk
him
out there.
drunk,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's one of us.
Avocado margaritas,
Nah.
right?
We changed Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We got him drunk
It's
and put him out on the water.
And
We got him
probably divorced.
divorced.
Yeah, good thing we didn't give him a gun while he was
No,
here. because
he
would've
probably
come
has
back.
one. Yeah.
We got vacation on a cruise, Tom Brady. You know when you're on
Yep.
the cruise, you got new friends, you're
Yeah.
hanging out, it's all cool. Then you go back to your regular life.
Still
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Tom Brady went back to church after he left here. Yeah.
They had Gronk coming back from one of the things, and he was it was like a promo, and he was on the side of the blimp, whatever, and he
Saw
goes,
that.
"Guys, hey guys, I'm up here. Guys, can you see me?" And I was just like, "Good Lord, he needs to put a helmet back on."
we were watching that, and my son goes, "Ooh, how embarrassing!"
Brady had such a wild time here that house that he was living in, Jeter's house, they're actually tearing that house
Yeah.
down. They're not even keeping up. The people bought it and they're tearing it down.
Like last week, he was back at the Patriots. He said, "I'm a Patriot for life." And
Yeah,
so I'm back
we all
home.
knew that was going to happen.
He was a rental.
We know, that's fine. And I'm
I'm
happy.
fine with it, yeah.
I'm happy with our investment. I'll never forget when Swig said anything short of the Super Bowl is low. I go, no. If we make the playoffs, it'll be.
No
and then we won the
way.
Super Bowl. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It was
right?
Super Bowl or bust. You
Yeah.
had to win it.
Well, we did.
Well, he did.
Yeah. So how do you like them apples?
All
Year
during
one.
COVID, yeah.
We weren't winning them with Jameis.
Yeah, a lot of people do
And
say.
he made the playoffs.
A lot of
every
people do
year.
say it was the COVID year, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really
I know.
count.
It's not
Wait,
fair that
what?
they say that.
We'll
Who
take
says
it.
that?
A
Yep.
lot of people because it was
Yeah.
empty stadiums.
So what?
Does it say that on the trophy or?
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people said they should have an asterisk.
Do they
because
get
No.
COVID? Do
they
they get
didn't have to
COVID
play.
bonuses?
Listen, I don't agree with this. I'm just telling you what people were saying.
My favorite was when Brady, when Gronk said to Brady, "I need two more." He goes, "What?" He goes, "2 more for $1 million." He goes,
Yeah.
all right, coming to you next. That's hilarious. All right, well, listen, we got a lot of things happening on the show today. The Deep Inside the Music guys are going to be here. We'll hear Ronnie D and those guys find out. They went to L.A. and they shot some episodes of their show Deep Inside the Music, which you can find on YouTube for free. When they put them up, sometimes famous people comment on them. One of them was Randy Rhoads' sister,
Yeah.
and they went out there and shot an episode with Randy Rhoads' sister, which I think is pretty cool.
The American Dream?
No, that's Dusty Rhodes.
Randy Rhoads,
That's
the guitar
Dusty
man.
Rhodes.
All right, sorry.
Different.
I get my roads mixed up.
Yeah. So anyway, they'll be here to talk about that and to go behind the scenes and deep inside the music, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
What else? We had something else I had to talk about today before we go to break.
He made me nervous because he sent me a screenshot of Anthony Kiedis. I guess followed them now on
Oh,
Instagram.
wow.
Yeah, and he I guess watched the video that we did about the Chili Peppers.
Oh.
And I spent like 2 minutes just destroying John Frusciante. And
I hope he calls you and tells you you're not allowed to listen to their music anymore.
banned from all the concerts that ever come to town.
By the way, I was supposed to be in Austin today to see Pearl Jam show. China
Sorry, Michael.
Promises,
Promises, promises, promises.
What a bunch of jerks. We'll take a break. Sport goes next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening.
.45 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Did you see Galvin? This band is coming to town.
Mr. Big, love it.
Tickets are on sale now. Mr. Big is returning to the Capitol Theater on January 21st. I want to go to that 100%. What day is that? I'm making my promise right now.
Let's see. January 21st
Please don't be a Tuesday.
is a Sunday.
That's not so bad.
I'll take it.
I can
I'll take
sleep
it.
late on Sunday and go.
Yeah, I just saw Richie Hodson, who had filled in with Mr. Big for a little while, had put up a picture of him with Pat Torpey,
Yeah.
who is the drummer who passed
Because
away.
it looks like, he passed away. I was like, he looks like he's not in the group.
Oh, no, he passed away a while back.
I don't know.
But he was a great drummer, and they're both very handsome.
Yeah, that's true. It's Billy Sheehan, Eric Martin, and Gilbert. What's his name?
Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert together, Mr. Big. Paul Gilbert, great guitar player. Billy Sheehan, the best bass player ever. That'll be a good show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're a
so-
great band. I love those guys.
And if you're going just so you can hear him sing To Be With You, don't go. Don't go. You're not allowed to be there. All right, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Carmen, what
Yes.
do we have to give away today?
Oh my God, we have so much stuff. We have Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah.
Good job.
I did it. Bone Tailgate.
That is the 25th for Monday Night Football. It's brought to you by Bud Light and the Brisket Shop.
Yes. We have Lewis Black tickets.
Okay.
TSO.
Okay. Done.
Start practicing.
All right.
Not to be
Eight.
confused with TSA that steal your money.
Yeah.
Correct, Mo. Fallout Boy.
Oh, when's that?
That is March 15th of next year
Yeah, that's too far away to
in
think about.
Orlando
Oh, no, I'm out.
as well. And then we do
I
have
was questioning whether or not I drive to Tampa.
and then we do have one pair of Dave Chappelle tickets that we're
Oh.
not giving away
for Sporkle.
for Sporkle, but
We'll
we
do
have
that
them,
later
so
in the
you
show.
know.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Carmen.
You're welcome.
Let's do it. Let's do a little bit of what is this game called? Sporkle. There you go. That started out as a joke, but I really couldn't get it for a second. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Sporkle is brought to you by our friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Don't forget, cancer, heart attack, all silent killers, but you can go get scanned at Lifeguard Imaging by simply making your appointment at lifeguardimaging.com.
Is this guy going for 3?
Let me see.
I don't think
I
so.
believe so.
Let's check
I
it.
believe
Let's
so.
check
I
it.
don't. I wouldn't even think about that.
But he already has the rule.
I do.
He
so-
does
So it
have the
doesn't-
rule. Well, this is 3 of 5. I'm saying I don't
Yeah.
want him.
You actually won on Friday.
Oh,
so
well, isn't that nice?
Told
Yeah.
you. All right. All right, Carmen. What are we playing today?
All right. I know it's one of your guys' favorites, so I figured we'd start Monday with it. Some easy algebra. Yeah. Some math. Yeah. So I'm going to give you an equation. You guys are going to give me the letter. Okay?
All right.
You're giving me the number for the letter because it's
okay.
algebra.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so we're giving you the number for the letter, or we're giving you the letter?
Give me the
You're
number.
You're giving me the number
Oh,
for the letter in the equation.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. 7 times n equals 42.
7.
6, Galvin. 12 plus x equals 15.
3.
Galvin. Y divided by 5 equals 5.
25.
25 Spanish.
I'm horrible at this.
Same.
1 plus y equals 5.
4.
Spanish. 5 minus r equals 2.
3.
Yes, 3. Pap.
Did you answer Spanish?
I did.
You were.
Oh,
I would have said Mike.
I don't even understand how that works.
I saw his mouth moving. I'm asking
I was
questions.
first.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
He
I was
was.
going to move my mouth around.
He was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Integrity.
Mike gets
I
the
got it.
point.
Mike, what's the point?
Mike gets the point.
Did you?
By the way,
answer?
just so we're all clear, I answered too, but apparently not in
Yeah,
the running
yeah.
whatsoever.
No.
Jesus.
Your next one. 27 divided by p equals 3.
9. 7.
9 Spanish.
Did you answer Spanish?
I did.
I got this, Gio.
Oh.
Calm down. Ugh. He's the worst. 7 times r equals 14.
2.
Galvin.
It's true.
Y plus 5 equals 22.
17.
Mike. Y times 8 equals 32.
4.
5.
Galvin, 4. 36 divided by P equals 12.
3.
Galvin, 2 times Z equals 24.
12.
Mike, 17 minus X equals 7.
5.
10.
10.
I'm just spitting out numbers.
Spanish. N plus 13 equals 24.
11.
Galvin, 22 minus X equals 13.
8.
9.
9. Galvin. And
It's
Pat
better to not even try. At least you don't look stupid.
and Galvin, Pat, we're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He has 0. Michael has 3. Spanish has 4. And Galvin is your leader by 3. He has 7.
Oh, man. Let's go.
All right. Easy algebra. Here we go. N divided by 5 equals 4.
20.
Galvin. Z minus 4 equals 7.
3.
Z minus
11.
4.
11.
Oh, yeah.
Spanish. 13 plus M equals 18.
5.
Galvin.
I don't know why it's so funny. I'm answering.
You're so fast.
You get extra anger points.
Yeah.
I got to get him in. Hey, listen, this guy gets people to just move their mouth.
I saw yours move that
Thank
time.
you.
Next one. 20 minus N equals 5.
15.
Mike.
15.
Gio, you're wrong. 22 divided by X equals 11.
11. 2.
2.
Yeah.
Spanish. 3 plus Z equals 21.
18.
Galvin. 24 divided by N equals 6.
4.
Spanish. 7 plus X equals 9.
2.
2 is correct. Pat.
Spanish.
Oh. Integrity.
I would have said
Thank
Galvin.
you.
I would have said
By a
Spanish.
second.
you. Well, it doesn't matter what you
said.
said.
By a second.
You actually had it by a second.
Thank you.
Galvin gets the point.
Galvin gets the point.
I heard Mike.
Doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter. G
0.
equals 0. G-O. That's why your name is G-O. G equals 0.
9 minus P equals 4.
5.
5.
Michael. 10 times Y equals 120.
Ah, you
12.
paused on us.
12.
12. Spanish. 45 divided by M equals 9.
8.
5.
7.
5.
5.
Mike, you can only answer once.
I knew you.
Spanish gets the point. 6 times Z equals 48.
7.
8.
8.
8.
Yep.
Galvin. And Pat. We are on the last 3.
Tie.
Not all heroes get 0s, but Gio definitely has 0.
Thank you.
He's got nothing. Michael has 5. Spanish has 9. And Galvin, way out front, he's winning with 12.
Oh, still a chance.
Come on.
Spanish can do it.
I can come back.
Nope. All right, last 3. Here we go. 23 minus P equals 7. 23.
16.
16.
Oh, we're still playing?
Yes. Spanish. Last 2. M divided by 8 equals 3.
24.
Spanish.
Do you need this to tie?
Yeah.
And the last one. 8 times Y equals 72.
9.
Oh.
Spanish.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
And we're moving on to the extra one between Galvin and Spanish. Gio and Mike, you are out. 7 plus Z equals 15.
8.
9.
8.
Wow.
I just made it interesting.
That was close.
Good job, Galvin. I'm going to have a heart attack.
Your final score, Gio with 0, Michael with 5, Spanish with 12, and Galvin, your triumphant champion in a squeaker. He won with 13.
Kachaya! Woo! Timer 2023. Now my question is, what was the rule we made? If you more than double the person with the rule, their rule is null and void? right?
I think so. Yeah,
Because I had 13 and you had
Whoa,
5.
where is that?
Yeah.
we did agree on that.
No, but it was everybody. You had to double everybody.
Yeah.
No.
Not just the rule.
It was the person with the rule. That was the whole
No.
No,
thing.
you had to double everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the person with the rule.
I thought it was everybody.
Well, I can go back and listen because I had marked that.
All right,
tape.
do that.
Yeah, listen to it
Go
because
ahead.
I'm not sure, but I knew there was something with doubling. So
So did you see? For those of you who don't know who Byron Allen is, when we were kids, there was a show called Real People, and it basically was YouTube before YouTube. It just went around and showed videos of people who did, a guy with crazy strength or a lady who can dunk a basketball. It was just different people
this guy
around the
makes
country.
noises with his hands.
Yeah, and it was Byron Allen,
Sarah Purcell.
Sarah Purcell, Skip
John
Stevenson,
Davidson.
John
Or-
Davidson. Yeah, you're right. And a couple other people. But anyway, they were all different. John Davidson was a singer. She was a model. They just had different people doing stuff. And oh no, John Davidson was That's Incredible.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Same kind of stuff. But anyway, Byron Allen was one of the people on Real People, and I never heard of him before Real People. And then since then,
Wasn't he really young on there? Too?
yeah, oh yeah. And then since then, I've heard rumors about Byron Allen. Some people say that they were like Byron Allen would pull up in Beverly Hills if they were selling a house for like $20 million. He would show up there to do the open house just to meet other people. Like he knew famous people would be coming to the open house. And anyway, so the rumor was he does this show that you could find on most cable channels at night. It's a comics roundtable where it basically was that show that Colin Quinn did. Where they would just get a bunch of comedians, throw out topics, and then make jokes. Some comedians would be great comedians, and some would just be like nobodies. And what he did was he would buy the time on all these shows, like the late night programming, for cheap, then sell advertising on it. And people would be like, Byron Allen's one of the richest people in Hollywood. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that can't be possible.
Yeah.
We just heard he used to hang out at open houses. This story just came up during Sporkle. Byron Allen offered to buy ABC TV for $10 billion. $10 billion. Good for you, Byron Allen. Holy cow.
Yeah, and that show that he had was so terrible because he would have like Ralphie May was on there,
Yeah.
Bert was on there.
You had
but-
some funny ones and some nobody.
No, but even it didn't even matter the funny ones. It would be like if you were on there and I'm Byron Allen, I'd go, Mike, I hear that you don't like fishing.
Oh, and let me tell you about fishing.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's all it was a setup and
Yeah.
give those guys an opportunity to do that. And a lot of people saw it, but it's if you were up late at night and you couldn't sleep or you were sick or something. But anyway, good for him. $10 billion.
Wow.
What do we have coming up in news, Galvin?
Coming up in news today, we have garbage people, garbage breath,
Both about Spanish.
Oh,
and get fat.
Oh, that.
What?
I'm in.
I'm in for all three.
Hey, how's my dog doing?
Oh my God, I love that dog so
Do
much.
you
You
guys
guys
like the
still
dog?
have it?
Yeah, I love
Oh,
it
yeah.
so much.
Oh.
Jenkins,
Is Jenkins living at the
damn right.
He is.
at the island?
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He likes to
He's-
post up on the couch.
Is he
How
comfortable?
old is he?
We don't know.
We don't know, Carmen. There's a lot of things, just like Joe, we don't know.
Okay.
Super comfortable.
By the way, real quick, Byron Allen net worth, according to Forbes, is $900 million. This says Byron Allen secures $10 billion sports
Oh, yeah.
network deal.
Byron Allen is worth as much as Jay-Z. Well, not Jay-Z, maybe, but Kanye and some of these other people, and you have no idea what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is the dog
Super comfortable.
calm? Like,
Yeah.
Walks
Oh, yeah.
around, no more shaking?
Unbelievably calm.
Really?
Yeah.
because they're blowing vape hits in his face.
That's not true. That is not
Please
true.
don't
There's
do
no
that.
abuse going on at
No.
He's
the
not
No,
abusing.
I don't.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
trust
The
it.
cat-
the cat is a little
Cat
bit
tries
upset.
to abuse the dog. We have to save the dog from the cat a lot.
I feel like if the dog does something bad, Joe yells the N-word at him.
That's
Oh,
not true.
no.
That's not
For
true.
sure.
Yeah.
It's not true at all.
The cat has puked in front of my door twice now.
Oh, just letting you know.
doesn't
Right in
like
front of the
the-
door.
doesn't
Yeah.
like you.
Where does
Yeah.
the dog sleep?
Anywhere it wants,
Yeah.
really.
Okay.
Just not in the same place as Callan.
We have a little crate. If you
Sure.
Luke dropped it off. You
Slept
guys
in
wanna
my
take
room
the
last
crate?
night. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Good.
He's with us the night before.
In the bed with you?
Yeah.
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 Me and
He's
Jenkins.
Adorable.
He doesn't
Hey.
make any. He doesn't. He's so easy. He's just super chilling. He doesn't even care.
He's like, I've been living on a farm with 5 other dogs and a guy with a big beard. That's Luke. And then before that, some crazy lady who just kept me in a crate all day. This dog is the first one to go to Whore Island and actually likes being there.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's great. Yeah, I carry him everywhere. He shouldn't have to walk anywhere ever, I
Oh,
think.
good,
Yeah.
Good.
Beautiful
All right,
legs.
this worked out very
It
well.
was great. I love him.
Oh, so I don't have to pay you guys now, right?
No, you don't have to pay for that. I guess we got to talk to Joe, but I don't need to.
Wow.
I'm very happy.
All right, let's take a break. Galvin is your news. We'll do that when we come back. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Superheat and Air. If your AC is not cold and you've been putting off buying a new one, mostly because of the money, what you need to do is go to superheatandair.com, have them call out to your residence and give you an estimate, and they can put a new unit in there for you, and you don't have to pay, at least not for 18 months. No payment, no interest, 18 months. And if you do have a good unit, but you know you're going to need a little bit of a tune-up, they can do that as well for you. Superheatandair.com. You can set your appointment right there online. And the people that put in my units here in this home, they've made it so cold in this room by choice. And they've gone over and done work for my family, and I recommend them highly to you, my listeners. If you need a new unit or if you're looking to just get a tune-up, and before you know it, we're going to be getting to that season, that month or so where we put the heat on, you're going to want to make sure your thing is ready for heat too, because if you're not ready for it, all the dust that accumulated throughout the years just sitting there in your coils, and the minute they get hot, they'll start burning up the dust. You'll smell it, and the next thing you know, you have 9 policemen, or firemen rather, in your garage shaking their head and looking at you because you're not a real man. That's what I went through last year. Superheatandair.com. Do it now before it becomes too late, and don't spend one more second in your home not being as cool as you need to be. Get them to put in a new unit in your home, but no interest, no payments for 18 months at superheatandair.com. We've got news next on 102.5 The Bone. Oh, it's 102.5 The Bone. We've got a Bone tailgate party happening with our friends at Bud Light and the Brisket Shop on the 25th. That is for Monday Night Football. Who are we playing on Monday Night Football?
Eagles.
Oh, man, EAGLES.
Oh, not according to some people. Did you see that lady, the video over the weekend?
No.
They were in a bar in Philadelphia, and it's a black couple, and they're like, something, whatever, and she goes, yeah, go Eagles. EGLGES. But I totally spelled it wrong.
Yeah, you gotta get nervous sometimes.
I think a little nervous. I think a little boozy booze.
The tailgate is, I'll be honest with you. I love the tailgate. It's a great time before a game and all that stuff. But if you're not going to the game, to me, it's a big waste of time to go all the way out there just to hang out there. And so I'm kind of glad that we're not doing the tailgate every game, but only going to be there for the big ones. And for Monday Night Football, we'll be out there and we'll be giving away spots to join us. And you're welcome to come on by, eat some great food from the Brisket Shop, drink some Bud Light, hang out by the big pirate ship, and enjoy your Monday Night Football. But I'm leaving. I'm coming home.
Look, I got to tell you, I was out there on Saturday tailgating for the USF Alabama game.
Did you go to the game?
I did not go to the game. We just went to tailgate.
Really?
Yeah. And I got to tell you.
Blows my mind.
So much fun. And I'm not into either one of those teams.
Yeah, so what's fun about it? You just, to me,
It's
I
a
hear.
party. Oh, yeah.
To me,
Yeah,
I hear
you
I have
go
no
out.
friends.
You drink, you hang out. Blaine brought TV and was watching all the other games
Wait a second.
and a grill.
That
So
sounds like awesome to me.
Did they
Yeah,
go to the game?
Ashley and Blaine, no, they were just tailgating.
So you guys just hung out in the parking lot,
Yeah.
drinking and watching a TV.
Yeah,
That's the worst thing I could ever think
it
of.
was.
No, by the way, not for you, Carmen. I'm not saying it's a bad thing for people to do. For me, personally.
right.
Yeah.
Listen, we had 5 fans blowing. We had a tent so we could get out of the sun.
Do any of
There
you have
was-
backyards?
There was cornhole. There was a football. We played flip cup.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much fun.
Uh,
I gotta tell you, yeah.
A lot of
Chad
times,
liked to look at the young butts, is what
yeah.
he likes to call
I'm
them.
with him on that.
Yeah,
a lot of times a tailgate is more fun than the actual game.
yeah,
Listen,
100%.
I don't understand any of it. You're at your own home, and you decide to drive out into traffic where there's 20,000 people
Ugh.
in the parking lot just there to hang out.
Oh,
that-
and we got there 5 hours before the game
Oh
started.
my God!
We got out.
Perfect.
Yeah, we were there. Game started at 3:30. We got out there at 11:30.
Yeah.
So let me just. I'm gonna write a tagline right now. You ready? Tailgating for people with no backyards.
Yeah,
That's basically it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a backyard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not mad at
So
you.
yeah. Well, it
trying to
sounds like
figure
you.
it all out.
It sounds like you are.
No, I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm trying to figure it all out. When I go to a game, baseball, football, whatever it is, I want to walk right into the stadium, sit down, and the game starts.
Yeah.
There was
No.
literally people who left the game because it was so hot, and they came and just watched the game with us.
Yeah, my
Because it
son
was
went to
too
the
hot
game.
inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
My son went to the game. It was a good game. I mean, Alabama should have killed USF, and they didn't.
That was crazy.
So, that's exciting.
That's what makes college football so exciting. You think Alabama's going to go in there and just
Stop.
steamroll USF, and they were in the game until the end.
So Dion brought out Lil Wayne and a bunch of rappers, and USF had that guy from third base who wears the glasses. Stink face, the gas face.
Yeah. Tailgating's the best.
I believe that
was
there's
fun.
some apologies that should be headed my way from you guys.
For what?
For the Promises song and all that. I think I did a great job fulfilling my promises this weekend. No?
Did you do?
Well-
you did one thing.
No?
I can tell you. Did you? I mean, I saw the video, so I know that you went and saw Steve-O.
Friday night, I went to go see Steve-O at the Mahaffey Theater. We got there early. We hung out with Steve-O for a little while. And then we, by the way, I didn't know. I took a picture with my son and Steve-O. We were sitting on his bus. Didn't know till after the picture that the Wild Ride thing was behind us, and that's where they do the actual podcast. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw the video of Steve-O taking video of you guys on stage with the audience in the background.
Yes.
And I said, that is amazing. Joe's video was so.
No, that was not Joe.
Oh,
That
no.
was not
What?
Joe. Yeah.
Was I there?
No. No, you know who took that video, weirdly, was Mike Busey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Busey was there, and that's a guy who shot a video or two in his day.
We just mentioned him like a week ago.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell
Well,
happened to Mike
I'm glad
Busey?
I ran into him and he didn't die.
Yeah, no
Usually when I
kidding.
mention somebody, they die the next
Yeah.
day. So, you want to hear that? You want to hear weirdness? Okay, so it's me and Joey, my son Joey, and Mike Busey and his little Busey posse come in. There's only like 5 or 6 of them, you know. So we're on the Steve-O's like, if you watch from the side of the stage, I want you to see this show, but I want you to watch the video. So we were sitting on the side of the stage watching him, and then when the video came on, we had to move back a little to watch it from behind the video screen. That's important because it just shows you where we were sitting on the side of it. So Busey is there, and I go, hey, man, how's it going? He goes, hey, buddy, we start talking, whatever. And I go, hey, you hang out with Hornblasters still? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you're right back there, over there. And there's Matt from Hornblasters just walking around like in a circle like a little autistic child. I was like, Matt thinks I hate him. I don't hate him. I just don't want to be friends with him anymore. And he goes, and I go, what's up, Matt? And I shook his hand. He goes, hey. And then Mike Busey was like, I think you guys have been friends for a long time. I go, stop. Stop. He's made bad decisions. It's over. I don't hate the guy. I think his horns are by far the best thing you could ever buy for your car. If you have a horn blaster, it'll save you so much road rage by just being able to blast it. And he's done a lot for us. We were good friends, and it's over now. That's it. Just time for us to move on. That's
It was a good
all.
run.
He seems to be doing just fine without us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's having any problems. So, but it was good to see everybody and go out there. And Steve-O's show is perfect. It's not him trying to be funny. It's him going out there and telling funny stories and then showing you the video of what he talked about. And it's really good. Like he was telling me and Joey in the bus, because still to this day, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life and laughed so hard at was 20 years ago when the first Jackass movie came out and he jumped in the ceiling fan. And he goes, I was on so much ketamine at the time that I was talking to the ceiling fan going, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy you. And then he's like, and finally I got the trampoline. I just jumped into it. And it made me laugh so hard. I don't know why, but he was great, man. We were talking to him. He was telling me about some of the stunts he did. One of the things he remember he told us on the show, one of the things he wanted to do was he wanted to race another Jackass guy and then get shot with a tranquilizer gun. They both just get paralyzed and fall. He couldn't do that because he found out that the tranquilizer is ketamine, and because he's sober, he can't do that. So they had to find a drug that was I don't know, it didn't fall in the same category.
Not a narcotic. Or...
Yeah, and instead of shooting him while he was doing it, they had to do it beforehand into his spine.
Oh.
So they show him getting it into the spine. Then he goes and he rides a bike as fast as he can. And he just falls over on the bike. Then they show him getting a vasectomy, and they actually show him snipping.
I don't want to see any of that.
That's what he said. He goes, you watch. He goes, there are people that will walk out of the theater when this
I don't want
happens.
to see any of that.
It was interesting though because it wasn't bloody at all, but they showed the actual cutting. Yeah, it was
two
weird.
things. Steve-O on ketamine before it was cool,
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
and I got some inside information.
Oh no!
Oh, boy.
Oh no! What'd you get?
I got a text at 6:52 p.m. with a picture of Steve-O's bus, and it says, "Hey, he kept his word 100%."
Me.
That is from Tom.
Oh, you see, I can't.
Yeah.
I need 100% trust.
Oh,
I know,
wow.
right?
I need 100% trust.
So you know
from
what
Tom.
I wrote back to him? I
Wow.
said, "You're not supposed to be giving me inside
Oh, there you
information."
go.
And
There
I
you go.
said, "Plus, that proves nothing except you were there because there's no picture of you.
True.
Or anything. He could have taken your son and his friend and this, that, whatever. I mean, I saw you on stage with him, so I know what happened. Yeah, but Tom trying to give me the inside scoop.
There's a leak.
Yeah.
Steve-O said to me before the show, he goes, I want to thank you because this show is like 90% full. He's like, and I know it's because you had me on, you gave it some love, and I was like, sure, I'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
And then when he goes out there, everybody goes, how's everybody doing? Everybody cheers. And like, how many of y'all are here tonight because you heard me on the Mike Calta show? And I was like, it wasn't
The worst.
It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like
A
as many
smattering
people who,
of
yeah.
applause.
And he looks at me from off the stage and he goes,
Embarrassing.
well, that didn't work out very well.
Oh.
I just started laughing. It was funny. Although he goes, I need you to be on in Gainesville. I go, why? He goes, I'm going to Gainesville, and it sounded like 40%, but I saw the picture of it, and it looked like it was thousands of people there. So I don't know. I thought it was a fun night, man. We got to go out. So then my son said the best words he ever said to me. He looked at me and he goes, can we go get some food after this? And I went, oh, yeah. So we went to Frankie's Chop House,
Ooh, nice.
and we, to
What?
quote Ralphie May, ate like doctors. That was great. Yeah, why
Carmen
you
said,
sound so surprised? Why do you sound so surprised?
Well, I'm saying after, like he's open. How late is he open?
Yeah, it was over at like 9:30. The show. The show started.
wow.
It started
Okay.
at 7, and it was over at 9:30, and we
Gotcha.
bailed right afterwards. And we went over to Frankie's. We ate dinner, and then we
These
then
crab
we went
cakes?
home.
And
What's that? Of course we did.
Oh.
I
You
looked
said
at
you told Steve-O that you loved him.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometime in the middle
Yeah,
of that,
wow.
right there.
Right to his face, huh?
I'm
you
not gonna
guys
say it
hug?
to his ass.
You like it?
That's a good point. You would
Wow.
not say it to his ass. I could see that.
You don't know.
Yeah. Did
There's
you
enough
guys
ketamine
hug?
in there.
Yeah.
That was on Friday, and then Saturday. What did I do on Saturday? I had some stuff to do with my wife, and we went down to Clearwater. And then Sunday was fishing day, and more promises you guys said I wasn't going to keep,
Promise.
Promises. Promises.
but I went fishing.
Oh.
Mm.
I
What'd you
didn't see any
catch?
pictures.
Yeah, oh no, I put pictures up.
Yeah, I
Show
saw
me.
a little baby shark.
That was a
Baby
27-foot
shark.
hammerhead.
27 foot.
It was a 27-foot hammerhead shark. What do you
Was
mean, baby?
Was there a giant next to it?
Give or take a foot or two.
27.
It was about
Well, I
a,
saw
27
your
inch. 27
Wife
inch.
posted.
it was about a foot long bonnet shark.
Yeah.
And I felt bad. I didn't even want to. I wish I could just cut the line, but we did. We brought it in, and the guy who tried to take it off got bit by the shark.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we let it go. We caught a couple of fish. It was fun. We had a good time. But we did have a moment that happened that I thought you guys. It was very sad for me, but I thought you guys would appreciate it. So on Saturday, my son went to the USF game with his friend, and then he was supposed to come over to the house so we can go fishing the next morning. And he called and he goes, I'm not gonna come tonight. I'll come tomorrow morning. And I go, Joey, there's no way you're gonna leave at 6 o'clock to come here so we can go fishing. He goes, no, 100%, I will be there. Sure enough, the time rolled down. He did not show up. And you know what
Promises.
Promises. Promises.
You know what I realized? He grown up just like me. He grown up just like me. He's become promises now.
Yeah?
He Cats in the Cradled it out last night. Yeah. Oh, don't make me.
I learned it from you, Dad.
Yeah, I learned it from you.
Oh.
Yeah, my boy was just like me. Yeah, so he
100%, he said.
100%.
100%.
Then he said, "Oh, I set my alarm and think, oh."
That happens. Never.
But it doesn't matter because I went fishing with my wife, my daughter, and her friend, and I like my daughter better. Anyway,
Just a bunch
so-
of ladies out there fishing.
That's right. That's the way to do it, Michael.
I said to my daughter, I go, "You want to go fishing?" She goes, "No." And I said to her friend, I go, "Do you want to go?" And she goes, "Yeah, I go fishing with my dad." And Joanna's like, "All right, we'll go." They didn't hold the pole for 1 second. They just sat there in the little room on their phones the whole time. The best is, so I took them to Ulta the day before, the beauty store. Now, Carmen, when's the last time you went there?
Ulta.
It's been a long time for Carmen.
Yes. I don't wear makeup.
Well,
Yeah, I don't wear makeup.
they go for like skincare to treat their skin, you know?
Yeah.
So they were
Because
very
they're how old?
10.
And they
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
Well, I got to be honest. My daughter's getting little hairline zits, so she's very concerned with that.
I just remember that girl that posted. She goes, "This is my 12-year-old sister's shower," and it just had every skincare
Exactly.
lotion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She goes, "I used to just put hose water on my face."
Millie Bobby Brown has a line, so all the kids have to have that line. But anyway, what we found out is that they have suntan lotion, sunblock, but it comes in a can that sprays out like whipped cream. And
Yeah, my
you
wife
spray
has
it on
that.
your arm, you put it on. So we're fishing, and the guy comes over and he goes, man, he goes, I think the kids are using whipped cream for sunblock. And we're like, what? And he goes, I keep telling him whipped cream is not sunblock. I go, no, it actually is sunblock. And he's like, really? I go, yeah. I go, it's a sunblock that they made. He goes, oh. I go, wait a second. You must have been like, these kids are dumb, man. And he goes, nah. I go, look at me. I go, you were like, these are the dumbest kids I ever seen. He goes, pretty much. I go, yeah, exactly. I go, I would feel the same way if I saw kids wiping whipped cream on their arm and telling everybody it was sunblock.
My wife has that, and my brother Jeff, we were going to go to the Steelers game, and he goes, hey, can I use some of this sunblock? And I go, I don't think so, madam. I go, I have regular stuff. You put whipped cream, smelly, fancy stuff on you.
Yeah. Oh, the kids smell delicious. Not gonna lie, they smell like
Got to
Sundays.
use sunblock, Michael. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
important.
I did not. I was trying to get a little bit of color on this
base.
albino skin. Yeah, there was nothing happening. Anyway, I caught the baby shark, put it back, and caught a couple other grunt fish. My wife caught some small grouper. A lot of things we just threw back, but it was a fun time. Haven't been out on the water in some time.
How was it out there? Was it nice?
Beautiful.
Steady,
it was
yeah?
a beautiful day on the water. It really was.
No
Looking forward to
chop?
going again. No
Yeah,
chop.
no chop. That's
Not
nice.
moderate to a light chop at all. Just no chop.
I saw somebody else was on the open seas.
Yes, Joe.
Yes, Michael.
The pictures of you on the open seas prove that two of us spent a different day on the water.
That's correct.
I
Now-
was with my children. You were shirtless and calling directions. Take me northeast.
I have a question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Was that Sugar Pants with you, or was that the guy's girlfriend or wife?
That was Sugar Pants.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. She had a
Oh.
hat and sunglasses and
Yeah.
stuff. Because I was like, did Joe just go out with a couple? Like,
No.
is he banging the
Yeah.
wife? Like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
you know Joe's been involved in those
Yeah.
The
before.
old third wheel.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, don't
No.
tell me
Yeah.
you and
Yeah.
Listen, we'll find a cove. We'll do some video.
Yeah.
Not you, but
what's that porky kid's name with the small wiener who puts snacks in your machines?
Oh, Button,
Yeah.
Chauncey.
You and Chauncey and Mary are having little
Oh.
threesomes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's
Not
going on?
interested.
Imagine you're Chauncey listening to the radio right now and you just snap up and go, what did they just say?
No, it was
Yeah.
great though. But it was a very nice day on the water, Michael.
Who are those people?
No, that's Ed Morrow
Oh,
and
Ed
Sugar
Morrow,
Pants.
yeah.
Yeah.
so it was just you and your girlfriend and some dude.
Well, I've known Ed for like, I don't know, 35,
still
40
weird,
years.
though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
He's a good
that
friend.
is weird.
Known him for a
There was
long
no
time.
other girl. It was just the three of you.
No, but we did go to John LeBut. We went to the big catch at Salt Creek or whatever it was. So, and his girlfriend was going to meet us there, but she had to do something,
Uh-huh.
so she couldn't make it.
Maybe she
From
heard
the-
you were coming.
Is she,
Maybe.
is she from the greater Niagara area?
Falls, well,
No,
anyway, looked like you also had fun. The pictures of Joe on the high seas are up on our Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. So's the Steve-O video. Everybody was complimenting the Steve-O video. That Mike Busey just shot it on his cell phone, and Steve-O shot most of it
Yeah,
on
but
his cell
just
phone.
good angles.
Well,
like-
because all the light behind us,
right,
too.
and
Yeah.
just there and the presence of mind to capture video when something's going on.
If you know what you're doing, it can really come out nice.
Yeah.
Or if you haven't got a phone, like a good phone.
That's like whenever I see McGibbles do the video, I'm like, how you? I have the same phone. Like, how are you getting that? How you
Yeah.
doing it?
Well, so I watched the video this weekend, and it gives you the exact instructions. And halfway through, I quit. The guy goes, "You can take a picture of this." And it was a bridge in a creek, and he goes, "Now go into your settings, turn your shutter to 16.2, go over here in the ratio to 12.9, then go to the Kodak settings and hit this, then go back." I went,
You fell
Jesus
asleep?
Christ, picture, and I'm done. That's it.
Did anybody see my amazing little place that I found?
No?
Did you see on my story? Look at this. This is absolutely amazing to me.
Is this a glory hole?
No, it's not. I wish.
Too bad. Yeah,
I wish. But I was on a trail, went down the end of the trail, and then it was another paved trail. Went down the end of that trail.
Oh, no, you
Then
don't
it
go down
became-
the paved
look,
trail.
Then it became this, where it was a wooden bridge.
Oh, you're on somebody's.
and then watch this. Look at this shot. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Wow, what a beautiful lake.
How gorgeous is that?
Is that Lettuce Lake Park?
No.
Oh.
Where was this?
That is gorgeous.
It was Lake Park, but then I went all the way down that trail to a paved trail, then to the little wooden bridge thing, whatever.
That's
Yeah,
really
isn't that
nice.
amazing?
Ah.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of turtles came up,
Oh,
and I felt like
turtle
I thought
whisperer.
I was Aquaman.
Wait.
I stopped and like 9 turtles came up.
And they were
I
like,
mean,
somebody's got to feed us food.
exactly.
Yeah.
They wanted food, but I was like, I might be Aquaman.
100%.
I mean, look at all the turtles.
I love turtles.
Wow.
Oh, all right. It is 7:29. We've gotten very long-winded. Let me take a break. We'll come back from break and we'll get right into news. We didn't start news yet.
I don't believe you.
We have not.
Promises,
Promises, promises, promises.
This is what we do every day.
I gotta tell you, Carmen. I appreciate you jumping in, but you're off because the timing's off.
Yeah.
Are you kicking her out of promises?
Well, no, but can you hear how far off she is?
Try it. Try it again.
Promises.
Promises. That's Gio. That's Gio's fault.
It's you.
Gio's the worst.
It's you, but it's just because you're there. It's not. It's not like you. It's the delay.
Yeah. And Gio sucks. And that was Gio.
That
I was trying to help you out. I was
No,
trying to
you
jump in
weren't.
when you jumped in.
You were being an a-hole.
Absolute drag.
I love how Carmen, when she gets mad, she talks like Trump. That wasn't me. That was Gio. He's the worst.
ever.
Some people say I'm not good at it. Some people.
I gotta tell you, you can hate him all you want. He is so goddamn funny.
He is very
The
funny.
fact that he made $20 million putting his mug shot on a shirt
Yeah.
is hilarious to me. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. Yes, Carmen in the back.
I was just going to let you know that we also have football picks when you're ready.
All right, we'll do that too. We got a lot of things to get to today. Plus, the guys from Deep are going to be here, and we're going to be going over that stuff here in a little
Very
bit. I
excited.
don't know who they're doing, but I'm excited to hear it. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come right back and get into it. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. $7:40 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Check out on Saturday, September 23rd, Shark Coast Tactical will be hosting the crew from Silence & Co. at their shop to meet and slinging deals. And they have an amazing line of suppressors. I have one, and they are awesome. They've got the best deals, and all the swag are going to be at Shark Coast Tactical on Saturday. And the paperwork has never been easier. Omar, of all people, will walk you through the process step by step. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need anybody. They can do it all right there in the shop. And you usually have to wait like 8 months. Now they're looking at like 90 to 120 days. You don't want to miss Silence & Co. Day on Saturday, September 23rd. There'll be tons of prizes, killer giveaways, and special offers with Silence & Co. reps on site. The shop is open, slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, and open online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media. Get in there and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Silent Chico this weekend. I like the silencer. It makes things a lot of fun. It's making me want to be an assassin. But they don't go like they do in the movies. If they did, that'd be pretty awesome.
What does it do? It goes ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. It's not as quiet, but no, I'm kidding. It works great. It's definitely, you could shoot it without wearing the headphones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The save your eardrums.
I think I'm going there today.
Shark Coast?
Yeah.
For what?
You get Tarkov?
An easy.
Carmen. Why don't you say? Why do you need to know everything?
Yeah. Why do
know
you?
what I'm doing?
Well, I was going to ask you if you could pick something up for me.
Sure.
I have my gun, but I don't know when I'm going to see you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I have to go tomorrow. I'll be in Sarasota tomorrow. I'll go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna see you next Friday.
Yeah. It's a house party.
That's right.
Yep.
Carmen's in the house party.
House party. But
yes.
yeah, we gotta go down. We gotta go down to Sarasota to see Chad's mom today, and I've been wanting to get a gun, so I think we're gonna go there today
Oh man.
and get one,
Oh man.
and then and we gotta go to Detweiler's as well.
That wireless is good.
The butter. I literally
Butter?
we drive down there just for the butter
Really?
and honey,
Oh.
honey and butter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
amazing.
like I'll be honest, they have a lot of great stuff there, but I like to get, it's like having a farm there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, it's a
It's
farm.
amazing. It's amazing.
But I can come back with so much stuff for Ralphie.
Yeah.
Remember that time we went through the whole
I
flea
do.
market
It
and
was a
all I left
blast.
was little pads?
Yeah.
But you go to Detweiler's and you can just leave all these vegetables that Ralphie just loves. So,
And they always have really good prices on steak. We get our fillets from there. It's
Ooh.
I'll be
so
sure to
good.
let Peppy from Prime Butcher know you cheat on him.
Oh.
Well, listen.
I'm just kidding. I wait till like around Wednesday, and then Wednesday I start getting the urge for steak.
Oh,
and I roll up in
so
there.
good.
I haven't ate meat in a week.
Oh my God! Why?
I think I'm trying to eat more
Tarkinoff?
more vegetarianish.
Oh,
I went to Ivoroni's.
that's good too.
Yeah, so good.
Man, we are just hungry on this show.
Yeah.
We're really hungry.
Well, I got some good news coming up for you.
Okay.
In news
Well,
about being hungry.
Let's get to it because we're super late. Let's check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt's Shoes. Is this the loudest it's ever been?
God.
That was so loud.
Hey, this is normal.
I don't know. Maybe it's over on our end. Pelt Shoes, of course, has 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Whenever you stop in there, I would like for you to save some money.
Oh.
Therefore, whisper my name, Galvin. You can get 10% off your first purchase. They have all the different styles and brands that you're looking for. What do you need? You need some dress shoes? They got them. You need some boat shoes? You're out fishing this weekend. You could add some Hey Dudes. They got them right there for you. They got Skechers, New Balance, Nike, all the different styles and brands you're looking for right there in stock, ready to go. Pelt Shoes, get them at Pelts. So this was a crazy story. A 14-year-old boy is accused of fatally shooting his mother on Saturday. The shooting occurred about 4 p.m. in Summerfield, the subdivision in Riverview. The teen also shot his mother's boyfriend several times. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister said during a news conference, the older brother of the teen said he had heard an argument between his mother and her boyfriend, and then gunfire noises were heard in the residence. The 14-year-old then turned his gun to his older brother, who fled the home. Was not injured, though.
Jeez.
Deputies encountered the woman lying in the driveway. She was pronounced dead at the scene, Chronister told reporters. An investigation is ongoing, and the sheriff said a search warrant had been issued to enter the residence.
Oh,
Wow.
So sad.
14-year-old kid killed his own mom.
Unbelievable.
So is
man.
does that kid now get tried as an adult, or does he just go to juvenile?
I would
I
imagine
think-
14's old enough.
Yeah, they'll probably try him as adult. I mean, they have to make an assessment of it and
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah, oof, that is terrible.
I mean, the first thing I hear is, I bet you the stepfather was really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. But then
Well,
why turn on the mom and the brother too?
Yeah.
She was arguing with her boyfriend, so I don't know what the situation was there, but why then would the kid kill his own mom?
Right?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
Sad.
we'll find out. This is another crazy story. You probably saw this video. 2 teens are heard laughing on video as they deliberately plowed their car into a bicyclist in Nevada, killing the man who wound up being a retired police chief. Have you seen this video yet?
Yeah, and they were laughing at him, and this is awful.
The 17-year-old driver and his passenger were cruising down a street in Las Vegas on August 14th, coming up behind Andreas Probst as he rode his cycle in the bike lane. Filming with his cell phone, the passenger was chuckling with the driver as they plotted to run over Probst. You can hear them say, "Ready? Yeah, hit his ass." Moments later, they drive in. They drive into Probst, causing him to fly up into their windshield before tumbling onto the ground. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. He reportedly moved to Las Vegas after retiring as a police chief in California's Bell Police Department in 2009. The teens fled, but the driver was soon arrested for hit and run. The charges were later upgraded to include murder when the video recently surfaced online showing the crime was intentional. It's not clear if the passenger was charged. We do have the video. It started from where I said because there's some swearing before this, but you hear him say hit his ass, and it's unbelievable. I mean, so on purpose, hit this guy.
They definitely.
Take a look and listen.
Come on. Why isn't it playing?
Oh,
I'm hitting play.
Blame Joe.
Oh no.
is your audio down? Is your
no, like it's not even playing.
Oh, really?
Hold on, let me refresh it.
Well, I mean, you hear him say, yeah, hit his ass, and then just watch the video here on Bone TV.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean,
Straight
smash
into the
head,
windshield,
yeah.
back over, and then look at him filming the guy laying on the ground there. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
I got it if you want to hear it.
Yeah, we might as well, just because it's pretty moving.
Go ahead.
Hit his ass. Hit his ass.
I mean, guy never
my
saw it coming.
gosh.
Never saw it coming. He's in the bike lane
No.
Like, why would they do that?
because they're just
Jag
crazy.
off kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very sad.
What were you gonna say?
Very sad video. But I got to tell you, it definitely goes up in the Hall of Fame of people getting hit by cars on those videos we watch on YouTube. It was pretty funny.
You're evil.
We talk about it all the time. People get hit by cars.
Yes, but not.
Accidents.
Yeah, and they don't die.
Some people. Oh, he died.
Yes.
Oh,
do
I
you
missed
know?
that
You
part.
listen to the
I missed
show?
that part of the story.
Jesus.
What a moron.
Yeah, they murdered this guy.
Former
the
police
guy's
officer.
What's the matter with you?
It was that
Murder.
part.
Imagine the family of this guy. They see these kids like
I know.
literally
Like,
just
Oh, I'd want to kill this.
If,
guy.
like,
taking their loved one's life.
Yeah.
you
And
know,
laughing
And
about it.
laugh-
I know,
laughing about
yeah.
it.
Or like if there was a game where people got points based on other people's deaths or something like that.
Yeah.
too.
What is your problem today? Look, I understand if they go, are you ready? And they drive by and the horn blasts them, the guy gets wobbly and falls. That's, kids funny. But
They
That's
just
right.
straight
I
up
didn't
hit
realize
hit the
he
guy.
died. Yeah. I missed that
and
part.
then they didn't have remorse. Like, oh my God, we hit him too hard.
Yeah.
They just laughed like, yeah, good
Make
job.
sure they got the video too. They
Yeah.
turned the camera to.
But also, just no understanding of that guy's dead. He's
Yeah.
gone
Oh.
now. He is gone for the. You affected so many different lives.
That's
by
Pink.
killing
That's
that guy.
Jesse Pinkman and his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what that is.
Jesus. Changing subjects, the Bucks running game went off for 120 yards against the Bears defense, in large part due to an offensive line that opened consistent holes for Rashad White. In pass protection, the Bucks line more than held their own against the Bears pass rush. The Bucks celebrated their home opener with a 27-17 win over the Chicago Bears.
Who do we play next?
Philadelphia Eagles, Monday
That's gonna
Night
be a tough
Football.
one. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that will be a toughie. If we win that game,
Oh.
we're rolling.
Oh,
Wait a second. So I don't have to worry about missing a game on a flight because it's Monday night.
yeah.
Oh, good.
How do you like that?
I like it a lot, Calvin. Thank
Very
you.
nice. And then we got a
I will-
doubleheader tonight, right? We got the Steelers
Yeah.
and the Saints are playing tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Saints,
That's.
Saints versus Panthers and Browns versus Steelers.
Yeah.
I mean, that just stinks because they only start an hour after each
Yeah,
other.
it's
So
weird.
you're gonna have to watch one or the other. I
That was-
will not go to the game on Monday night. I'll be at the tailgate for sure, but I will not go to the game unless somebody begs me to come in their suite. That's the only way I'm going to do it. Only way.
What?
Just putting
And
that out
bakes
there.
a cake for Baker
Maybe you don't have
Mayfield.
to beg me. Maybe a slight offer. That'd be the only way I would do it.
All right.
I don't
I
even
thought
need
it
a
was
cake.
very cool to see Shaq Barrett get a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was good.
Which he
Shit.
dedicated to his
Yeah.
daughter that they
And
lost.
all of Gio's memorabilia that I bought him over the years from Shaq Barrett has gone up in value.
A lot of Shaq
Damn
Barrett.
right.
So you ready, fatties? Here we go. It is National Cheeseburger Day. And McDonald's is getting in on the holiday spirit. They are celebrating National Cheeseburger Day by discounting one of their most popular menu items, the double cheeseburger. Today only, customers will be able to buy the double cheeseburger for 50 cents.
Dude, that is dangerous for high school kids, man.
Yeah.
Let
Do
me
you
tell
have to have the app or anything?
It doesn't say here, so I would look into it and see, but it doesn't say here that you need the app or app only.
Here's what's
or-
stopping me from grabbing a couple of singles and running down there. The minute you said it, my fingers and hands swelled up. Just as soon as you said it, they swelled up. It is one of the most delicious items you'll find on the menu.
Well,
And-
they used to have the $1 McDouble.
Yeah.
They used to do
yeah.
that for the dollar,
Yeah.
whatever, which I don't think they do anymore.
Once
but,
you eat a
No,
double,
Joe Biden ruined it.
Yeah.
Joe Biden. Once you eat a double, you can't go back to the single cheeseburger.
No.
It's like,
No.
you're like,
Yeah.
what is this? Give me 4 of these, I guess.
Yeah, so today only at
Well-
McDonald's for National Cheeseburger Day, 50-cent double cheeseburger.
But I read like Burger King and Wendy's and all
Yeah,
this
there's
are
other
trying
ones that are doing
to
that.
combat what McDonald's is going on.
Does it say anything about a limit? Like
How many are you going to get,
Doesn't
Gio?
say
How
about
many
a
can you
limit.
get?
Yeah.
Let's see if you can set a record.
This is important information
At
we
least
need to
10.
know. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
It's a party, hamburger
Dude,
party.
I'm already, I mean, I can't even make a fist now just talking about it.
I tell them that no ketchup, no mustard, put mac sauce on instead.
yeah.
I don't know what's worse when I eat a McDonald's hamburger that I can't make a fist or that my calves swell up like Popeye.
Wait,
It's ridiculous.
that's not good.
No, it's not. I cannot. That salt in there. Dude, listen, it's not nothing against McDonald's. That is a delicious hamburger. But for an old man like me, who is has a 2,500 calcium score at Lifeguard, I'm not eating any of those today. But boy, do I want to.
Gio, you're not going to believe it. Nobody won Powerball on Saturday.
What?
Well, that's my
That's-
fault because I forgot to play.
Powerball rolled over, so the next jackpot, which is tonight, they do Monday, Wednesday, and
yeah.
Saturday. So next jackpot tonight. So make sure you get your tickets today if you're going to. $638 million.
And what do I say? I won 20 Powerballs
No.
with the power play.
Yep, that's how you say it. It should
No,
be-
I don't
it
feel
should
like you're
be-
being right.
It should be a nickel.
No, I go. I'll take 20 Powerball tickets, 20 Powerball of picks, What are they called?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
20 quick picks.
How do you get out of your
20
house?
Powerball quick picks with power play.
Yes. And how
Now
much should it
why-
be? And how much should it be?
$40.
No.
60?
Yes.
Okay, well, how much is regular Powerball?
2.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's why.
But
Okay.
you went power play, so it's
But it's
$1 more,
extra
so it'll
dollar.
be $3
So
per
it's
ticket.
$60.
So yeah.
What
Okay.
does power play do?
Power
exactly?
play multiplies. So let's say that you won like $10,000. You hit for like 3 numbers or whatever it is, and it's a $10,000 payout. But if you have the Powerball, the power play, whatever, it'll multiply it so you could win 50,000 or 80,000 or whatever the times is. However, they multiply. it.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
that. I'll try that.
Power play squeezes an extra buck out of all the
Sure.
suckers
Right.
that are
Absolutely.
playing
Well,
lotto.
that's what-
Power play does, and so does the
Double play.
Double play.
Because I do that too.
Yeah.
Because Chad thinks the power play is a scam. He stopped doing power play.
Listen,
100%.
the lottery's a scam.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the odds of you winning are astronomical, you know? So you're giving all this money. You know how much money over the years I've put into lottery and have not won? You know what I mean? But it's...
Thank you for your support of the teachers
Yep.
in the
Yeah,
school
yeah.
system.
But also, you know, somebody has to win eventually, so hopefully it'll be me. And when I do, Gio's life's going to be miserable.
That's
We're
right.
going to be rich.
I support you, Galvin. I just
Thank
want you to
you,
know
John.
that.
Yeah, I'm rooting for
that's-
you.
That's
Damn
good,
right.
cheap leaves. That's a good idea. You know, but I mean, listen, I'm definitely down, but I'll get like my Powerball. I get the 5 quick picks for Powerball with Power Play, so it's $15. And the other day I won 16, so I was up $1. How you like that? In your face, Gio. I'm up $1. I have a hot or not for you guys. It is a local right here in Florida. A Florida woman was arrested after she left a 2-year-old unattended in her SUV so she could go swimming and meet sharks.
Oh, man.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Allison Doherty, she's 41 years old, from Fort Myers, was booked into the Lee County Jail on a charge of child neglect. On Monday morning, Lee County deputies responded to Captain Khan's restaurant after a man spotted a child left alone in a running car. The man told deputies he saw a woman, later identified as Doherty, park her vehicle in a parking space near the pier, turn the radio all the way up before jumping into the water, where she began swimming around the pier. The man said he watched the woman swim for about 20 minutes. Creep. It was only when he went to check on her vehicle that he spotted a toddler crawling around inside, so he called 911. A different witness told deputies that he saw Doherty swimming in the water where people were fishing. They began to yell over to her and say, "Hey, we're fishing. There's hooks in the water. There's also sharks over here."
Oh,
Doherty allegedly yelled back she didn't care about the hooks and said she wanted to get hooked and she wanted to meet sharks. Doherty was picked up by Marine Unit boat and brought back to the shore where she was arrested.
wow.
So she is 41 years old, from Fort Myers, Allison Doherty. She wants to meet sharks. She wants to get hooked. She left a 2-year-old in her SUV with the radio blasting. I ask you, Mike Calta, hot or not?
You know who wants to meet sharks? Whales. Not hot.
Oh, not hot, huh? All right, Gio, what do you got?
Oh, she's hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's not fat either. Nobody fat's going to swim anywhere.
Oh, all right.
She's
kind of
jumping
maybe
in.
just
Yeah,
floating.
Gio would know.
No. Wow.
Spanish, what do you got? Hot or not?
I saw the story.
You saw the story.
Integrity,
All right,
yeah, I saw it.
recuse yourself. And then, Carmen, what do you got?
She is dumb, 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 and hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot heat. All right, so Gio and Carmen both say hot,
Because we're
right?
the same.
And Mike Helton
Yes.
says not hot. Spanish is out. He saw the story. Pap, show Shark Lady. That's not hot.
For this
for
game?
this story?
That's
Yeah.
not hot.
It is, I
She's
think.
got a gap in her tooth and the head shaved and the big weird.
She doesn't have no
scarecrow.
gap.
Shouldn't have a gap.
Yeah, for
Little
this
guy.
game, that is hot.
You think?
I think so too.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
You guys make the decision.
I think she's
She's hot.
not hot, but for this game
Yeah.
compared to what we usually do, she's hot. She's right at the cusp, Galvin. She's right at the cusp.
I mean, plus she's just been swimming, so her hair's
Right.
not done.
Yeah.
she's
you know.
definitely crazy.
She does
Crazy.
look like somebody who would be trying to hook up with sharks.
Now, was the kid hers?
No,
the
she
two-
stole it.
Yeah, it was hers.
Well, I was
Well,
wondering. Because she's 41, so that means she had it when she had the kid when she was 39.
Yeah, Carmen, simple math. Good job.
Well, I didn't know if it was hers or like a nephew or something.
Carmen, I will tell you, as far as I know, it didn't say that it was not her kid, but as far as I know, it is. So yeah,
that'd be a hell of a plot twist.
Ah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just a friend.
Yeah, it's bait for the sharks.
When you're smiling in your mugshot like that, you're crazy.
Yeah, they say
Especially whenever you left a kid
Yeah.
unattended. Yeah. So who knows, man?
Wants to get hooked.
Well, there you go. I'll put it up on social media. You guys can decide. I thought not hot, but
Hot.
we'll see.
I say not hot.
A study found that the number one mood killer in bed is what? If you get in bed with somebody, number one thing that's gonna make you go, ugh, maybe not.
Bad breath.
Number one is bad breath.
Yeah.
It's the top thing that can make someone also fake it. They say 46% of women said they faked it before because they're just. Also, 38% of men have faked it.
I think that I'm probably a violator of that, of the
Bad breath or faking it?
Yeah, because I get bad breath and my wife's pretty sensitive to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean bad breath like smelling like ass all the time, but I mean just like kind of like a musty
Coffee or something.
or something, you know. And I'm sure that that's a gross turnoff.
Yeah.
That and other things. No, but yeah, with bad breath and then bad body smells.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
I know women, you know. I can't really say what I want to say. Like women, I get most women are fine. A couple are a little stinky, but guys don't realize how stinky they are.
Yeah.
And until they somebody points it out to them.
That's why you do the little check.
You got to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to.
I don't watching you do that was the gross
You
thing.
do that.
Yeah.
You do that. You do that like this. You go like this, and then you go around that way. And go like that.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't see you go.
Wait, what?
I just wear a thin metal ring. And if it turns colors, I know she's bad, dude. She's
It's
bad.
not good.
Litmus
dude.
test.
Wait,
Yeah.
The litmus test.
Yeah. The pH is off.
Yeah, if you turn that ring green right away.
God.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Why is it rusty?
Dude.
That can't be good.
Carmen, you don't think people have given you the test before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I bet you are very, very, very clean,
Yes.
but also smell like something as a result of your hippie cleanliness. You know what I mean?
She smells like borax.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, like she doesn't smell bad, but she smells like
A fishing pier?
no. I'm that's usually a sign of dirty.
Oh.
I mean, she smells like God, I can't think of the right word to say without making it worse. I want to say it smells like bread, but that's not good.
Carmen, it's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Do you
Sorry, I
want
was
it?
talking about your stinky private.
I know, and
Yes,
they're
give
not
it to me.
stinky.
Give it to me.
I need dough. This hour's bone bonus keyword is bills. Bills. Head over to the free 1025 The Bone app and enter the keyword within 15 minutes past the top of the hour and go get your $1,000. It's the Bone Bonus, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill.
That's the first time I've seen somebody else get scared from
Yeah.
that sound.
Joe got popped.
Joe got popped, yeah.
I had my
I told
headphones
you
up
it
too
was
high.
coming.
Normally it's me that gets popped.
I just turned mine down. America seems to be falling out of love with cereal. Executives from the biggest cereal brands say that their sales were up a bit during the pandemic, but now the industry is slipping back into pre-pandemic trend of gradual decline. I think people are finally figuring out that that's not
Yeah.
good for you.
Cereal is
A bowl of sugar
Yeah.
and grain in the morning, not great for you.
Delicious with a little marshmallows. Though.
Oh, dude, the
Anything
best.
I'm
that
not
has a
saying
little
it's not
marshmallows.
delicious.
Yeah, so
I'm
good.
saying it's probably not good for you. Someone asked people to name small expenses that add up and end up costing you a lot more than you think. Big one, of course, is credit card debt.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
but here are a few things that are easier to overlook: subscriptions that you don't use. That includes everything from streaming services to magazines. Is
Yeah.
anybody getting magazines? Cutting back on that can help your bottom line. Delivery, we talked about this, especially if you're ordering through apps and stuff. Delivery fees, other fees, tip, end up paying $15 to $20 more than you would if you just went and picked it up on your own. Also, the fancy coffee on your way to work, maybe
What?
it's worth it.
So good.
But if you're paying $5 at Starbucks 5 days a week, that's around $1,250 a year. Which, by the way, I saw a lady. So Mark Cuban, who is a billionaire.
Yeah.
And a pretty intelligent guy.
Yes.
He was saying, they asked him, what is your top tip you could give to young people, this and that, and he goes, invest your money. He goes, invest your money. So maybe take that money that you're spending on the coffee or that money that you're going to go out and do something, whatever, take that money and invest it. Over the years, you'll make a lot more money. And she was all snippety. Well, let's break that down. Let's say you get a coffee once a week at Starbucks. First off, who's getting coffee once a week?
Once a week,
Yeah.
If you're a coffee drinker, you're getting coffee every day.
Yeah.
You're in or you're out.
Yeah, so she's like, so $5 a week, and da-da-da. I go, shut up, you idiot. By the way, you're in a small apartment doing this video. Mark Cuban's in a huge, giant castle.
That he flew there in his jet.
Yeah.
I agree with that. People used to tell me when I was a kid, invest your money now, invest your money now. I didn't have any money. Yeah, I wish I could do that, but it is little investments at a young age go a long way. If you start investing, $50 a week when you're in your 18, 19, 20-year-old, and you can continually do that up until your 30s, you'll save a lot of money depending on where you put it. And then from your 30s to your 60s, when you're in retire, that's where you really get a good chunk of money. So I know it's hard to do, and I know no kid wants to hear about their future. It's so far away, but it gets here before you know it. Comes around pretty quick.
This one I don't agree with. They say appetizers at restaurants, don't order them. You're adding an extra $10. Yeah, I'm eating. I want appetizers.
I know.
Appetizers.
But you don't need an appetizer.
You don't need to go out to dinner, Carmen.
Yeah.
You don't need to do a lot of things.
Appetizers are ordering 2 meals, but they make one look like it's supposed to be smaller, so you don't feel like a fatty fat.
It's like tapas almost.
You tell me when I go to Frankie's Chop House that I'm not going to be able to order crab cakes, and I'll stab somebody.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, there are times that I go to Olive Garden and just order appetizers.
100% agree with
I
you.
get like
Yes.
4 different appetizers. It's
Why
great.
not? Yeah.
I like them. Apps and games that you never use, or maybe that your kids put on your phone and aren't using. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff can add up. You don't realize that it's in there.
On PlayStation, I don't know if you guys do this, but I subscribe to PlayStation. They give you free games every month, and I can't tell you how many times I've bought a new game that just came out, and then like 2 months later, it's free.
Free.
On the I'm like,
Every year I buy Call of Duty and Madden, and maybe I'll buy NHL, but that's the only thing I'm buying.
I stopped buying Call of Duties because they're giving them for free now. You just have to wait a little bit. Yeah, but that's the thing is I don't want to wait. I'd rather pay the $70 and play it immediately.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I figured out, don't laugh at me. I figured out that when I'm in the condo, I could just sign into my account here and share the games I already bought. I don't have to buy them again.
Yeah.
That's a new
service. Right?
My son plays the Xbox, and I always ask him, I go, why don't you have a PlayStation? He goes, because that seems to be more popular. He said Xbox does like a pass thing that you can get all the different games. He goes, where PlayStation charges you all these different ones.
They do have some different subscriptions. PlayStation just followed Xbox's model, and now I think it's called like PlayStation. I don't know what it's called, but you have access to like every single game they've ever made. Yeah, from PlayStation 1 to now.
This doesn't make any sense to me, and this is going to make you mad.
Oh, no.
This is making me mad.
I don't like to be mad.
HBO has canceled the Lakers show Winning Time.
Why?
Well, look, I haven't watched the second season yet, but on purpose. I don't like basketball. I could care less about Magic Johnson and all that. That first season was one of the best shows I've ever seen.
I
enjoyed it so much.
I've been watching the second season. The only thing I can say is it's still good and it has all this stuff. But Jesus, do they make Larry Bird look like he was the not racist, but just the most miserable prick in the world.
Yeah.
Like I know that he would. Everybody says he was one of the best crap talkers. That he would, tell him, I'm going to shoot it from right here over your face and do this, whatever. And he would do it, and that's great, whatever. But they make him like he's the most miserable son of a bitch out there. I don't know, weird. But 2 seasons, so they're canceling it. No good.
Garbage.
Hugh Jackman and his wife are divorcing
That's
after 27
crazy.
years of marriage.
Is it because she finally got sick of being in all those clickbait ads that said, look at Hugh Jackman's fat wife?
Either that or he can finally be gay, right?
No, he's not gay.
No?
There's no way.
Oh, before you go, Spanish. Why are you not parking in front of me?
First off, don't yell at me.
First off,
don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling. I'm asking
you're
you.
getting
Like every
ready to yell,
day.
and I'm very nervous.
Just answer.
It wasn't enough room, so he couldn't get his car around my car on Friday.
Because you were so late.
No, because I
But
put
look
it in
where
front of
I
him.
am right now.
I just didn't.
You're going to make my
so-
son late for school.
All righty.
Go move your
Joe,
car.
I'm trying to help. He's the problem. He's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like he knows
Yeah.
that Joey has to go to
My
school.
boy was just like me.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, so they say, quote, our journey is now shifting, and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth.
At 60 years old?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
haven't
don't
they been
think-
married for like 20-something years?
27. 27
I don't
years.
think there's anything gay about Hugh Jackman at all. I don't. I just don't think he is. He's Wolverine. Wolverine, goddammit.
I have no idea. They're just rumors all the time.
But he.
He is also the
You can
biggest,
be Wolverine and be gay.
the biggest showman too. He's like
Really?
on Broadway and
That's why everybody. That's why people like
Yeah.
Calvin are saying he's gay because he's also a Broadway guy. But I don't. I don't think
Isn't
that makes you gay.
Wolverine like something in the gay world? They have bears and Wolverines and Cubs and stuff.
I don't
So
know.
he is a Wolverine. He's gay.
Listen, I would be really surprised if he was, but in the meantime, that is a weird time to break up after you've been married for 27 years.
Yeah, it is.
Do you think
I,
Wolverine cheats on his wife? Do you
don't
think
know.
that's why he had such a happy
No,
relationship?
he like loved her.
Right. Would be weird if she cheated on him with Ryan Reynolds. No, but it would be weird if she was the one that cheated.
I watched the Prestige was on over the weekend, and
Great
I caught
movie.
it right at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is so
That's a great movie.
That's a great movie. Did not realize that's Christopher Nolan.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
it was. What's his name? Yeah. It's if you haven't seen The Prestige, that's a great movie.
How about this? 4 women have now accused Russell Brand of sexual assault between 2006 and 2013. Brand says everything he did was consensual, and he has evidence to refute their
How
claims.
evidence? The video?
Maybe he has text messages or something, saying that I had such a great time last night, and or this and
canceled
when you did this.
Listen, it seems to me that where there's smoke, there's fire. If you get one, then you go, well, you don't know if she's crazy, you don't know, whatever. You get 2, and you can be like, well, if they kind of knew that maybe they're 4, though. That seems to me like it's.
Here's the thing, though, is if you want to go into the conspiracy theories where we talk about, like they said, what if they wanted to cancel Bill Cosby? Russell Brand is an outspoken person
Yeah.
who is an intelligent guy. He comes off as this, Elda Snow, whatever kind of guy, whatever. But what if they said, listen, this guy's getting out there too much, putting too much information out there. We got to cancel him and pay these women to come forward and say that they,
And
had
he has been putting out a lot of information.
a lot.
You know.
Right.
What I'd like to know is, and I'd really like to get somebody on that was in one of these cases and talk about it, is how in the world you can prove that somebody raped somebody else 5 years later.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
if
20
they're
years.
well, whatever. In some cases, obviously, if a woman says she was raped, calls the police the next day, they come out with a rape kit, they get DNA, they look at whether or not her area looks like it was forcibly entered, like if it was abused. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but they have some evidence. If you just pop up and say, "Hey, Russell Brand raped me a couple of years ago," well, I mean, how on earth do you prove that? How on earth do you say that enough proof where you can punish a guy? I mean, the damage is done right now. There's plenty of people out there are calling Russell Brand a rapist. And they don't know anything.
Right.
They don't know if it's true or not.
What about this is, is if she has a text message, hey, you hurt me last night, and he said, I'm sorry I raped you, then there's a
yeah.
situation. But also, that's why he's saying he has stuff that can refute it, so we don't know whether it's text messages, whether it's stuff on security camera, whether it's, something they wrote in an email.
one of the girls was 16 at the time.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and he was 30.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, that's, consensually, depending on where they were.
But
that
I guess
could
they had
not
been
be
in a
problem.
relationship for a couple months. But she
Yeah.
was 16 at the time.
But, we're also talking about somebody who was a hardcore drug user.
Sure.
And probably maybe even doesn't even have any recollection of some of this stuff. So I don't know what the case is. I just wonder how hard it is to prove that there was any sort of inappropriate action so much later. There's no way you can, other than even text messages, circumstantial evidence. So I don't even know if they can do that. But yeah, either way, I saw this news on Saturday, and it did one thing. It made me watch Get Him to the Greek again from beginning to end. Such a great, funny. He is so great in that movie. Jonah Hill, who I despise, is great in that
Great
movie.
in that movie.
Different than Wolf of Wall Street. I'd say it's his best comedic performance is in Get Him to the Greek.
When he is with that girl and she's putting stuff in his mouth and no, and yelling.
Yeah. No, it's so great. And then Russell Brand making fun of him right to his face.
Yeah.
Who is that? Oh, he's just some affable nitwit. That movie's great.
So sticking with that theme of Russell Brand and him getting accused of stuff, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have now resigned from the board of anti-human trafficking organization
Whoops.
following their fallout from their support of convicted rapist Danny Masterson.
Now, let me run. I'm asking this. So Danny Masterson gets convicted, and then a lot of times before sentencing, they'll ask you to write a letter to the judge verifying the character of the person so that they'll give him some sort of leniency on the sentencing.
Yeah, but I don't know whether it was before or after he got convicted, to be honest with you.
Well, I didn't read the letters, but I did talk to my wife about it, and I believe that the letters say that they're talking about the person that they knew when they worked with them. So all they did was say, hey, look, when we worked with this guy, he was a good guy, and we saw no evidence of anything like this. We also know somebody who grew up with him, and I talked to that guy, and he said the entire time I know him, there's anything that would show any signs of anything like this. Because there's some people we know that if you told me that guy was a little rapey, we'd be like, yeah, he's always been rapey. That's rapey Steve. But in this case, most people say this guy was a good guy. Then I asked the question, so who can do this and go after this guy? And they were like, the only people that have that kind of money and reach is the Church of Scientology, where he was a member of. What if he was having a fallout with the church and they orchestrated this? Because then my wife was telling me, I didn't read anything about the rape situation. Did you? That he was finding out. You know, they always say the Scientologists find out all the deep dark secrets. Right. He was finding out the deep dark secrets and making them reenacted. He held a gun to one girl's face. I mean, it sounds to me like he's a lunatic.
One was sleeping.
Yeah. So I don't know. And that Scientology kept covering it up for him. And Leah Remini from King of Queens, who had left Scientology and, you know, had that whole documentary and everything, she posted a picture over the weekend of a guy who was the Scientology supposed fixer, the guy who goes out there and covers things up for everybody. Right. They never actually had a picture of him and put it out, and she put it out there and wanted everybody to retweet it so everybody knew. I don't fall for that because I feel like I'm going to be part of a class action suit. I retweeted it too, and I have no idea who the guy is. But there's just a lot of drama here, and I don't know what to believe anymore. And Cosby, in Cosby's case, whether he's guilty or not, they put it out there and they said, if they want to bring you down, this is how to do it. This is definitely how to do it.
But the thing about this, though, is so now they're both off the board of the anti-human trafficking organization, which I think is a dumb move. You're canceling these people for saying, hey, we didn't know that this guy was doing anything bad. The person we knew was a good guy. But if you want eyes on this and you want to try and stop human trafficking, having someone that has the spotlight like Ashton and Mila Kunis, who have the spotlight, have the money, have the means to have other people donate, to have resources and stuff, I think you're doing a disservice to this, really.
If you got in trouble and they asked me to write a letter for you, I don't know if I could do that because I'd be like, here's Galvin, the guy we all know and love, and then I go, I don't know. The guy still is walking dogs on weekends, and that blows my mind. So who knows what else this guy's doing?
Yeah. So the fact that I do something good makes you
very suspicious.
I'm like, I don't know. I just found out the other day he's been walking dogs on the weekends. He may be doing other stuff if I can't keep track of.
How about this? Oppenheimer is now the highest grossing biopic of all time with a little over $912 million at the global box office. It surpasses Bohemian Rhapsody, which did $910.8 million. So that was the highest grossing biopic of all time until Oppenheimer. Rami Malek in both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For him.
Yeah.
So I heard from a lot of people that I trust that movie is great. Go see it right away. And then I heard from other people it's long, kind of boring, and wait till it comes out. So I still haven't seen it yet.
It's very interesting.
Yes, but nothing was funnier than you making the video of how you make your soap this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
and Dizzy calling you Carmenheimer. That made me laugh out loud 3 times. He goes, look at Carmenheimer over here making bombs. That's funny.
I got some news for the BTS folks. Suga from BTS will begin his mandatory military service by the end of the week.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, like when Elvis.
Because what? It's like over there, everyone, when they turn 18, they have to do like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then I have some new music for you guys. I love new music. This is a person, a singer from a band, and she has her own stuff out now. Okay, so she's known for being in a band, but this is her own stuff. It is a new album that she is putting out. It's going to come out on September 29th. Take a listen. I think you're probably going to be able to figure it out pretty quickly, especially when it gets to the chorus. But take a listen. Here we go. New music on the Mike Calta Show.
There was a time not long ago, sparkling magic,
Transgender woman?
No.
super shine and glow, blurring the lines, letting the hard things go, letting the hard things go.
You threw me off by saying it would be easy. I can't. It's not easy.
When it gets to the
Everyone
chorus.
high on confidence, living like children in heartbreaking innocence, like maybe the world wouldn't
Oh, we're
last
getting closer, we're getting
all
closer.
that it takes. Letting the darkness go, letting the darkness go.
Here we go, here we go.
That was then,
Hard.
and this is now.
And Wilson.
River of changes, rolling on.
You can bring it down, Carmen. Yeah, that is Ann Wilson of Heart. She unveiled the single "This Is Now" from her upcoming album with her backing band.
So she hates her sister.
Trip City. Well, so do you know what the situation was with her and her sister?
I don't think so.
They were on tour together. They were on the tour bus, and they have their families with them. And something happened with one of the sisters' kids, and the other sister's husband yelled at them or did something. They were on the tour bus, and they were goofing off, and he yelled at them or shut a door on them. So then they were like, "Yeah, it's over. Get out of here, you son of a..." Yeah, so that's like what broke them up. So I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation is
Are they
because
still together?
no,
No, it's been
Hart-
a couple of years.
yeah, Hart is not touring or doing anything, and Ann Wilson putting out her own music.
No,
and-
I meant like the husband and the wife, whoever.
I don't
are
know.
like-
Well, it was the other sister's husband that talked to the other sister's kids, yelled at him or did whatever. So yeah, I don't even know whether they're married or what. I don't
And the
know.
third sister is Ashley Judd.
No,
Oh.
that's a different family. Finally, in news, Entertainment Weekly put together a list of the 50 best teen movies of all time.
All time?
know.
Yeah, and they went back pretty much to the beginning of teen movies.
Oh,
so,
good. Okay.
Yeah, you have a bunch of different ones. They don't have them in a particular order. I
All right,
can
we'll
tell you
just
that.
name some
I
of
have
them.
the top 20.
Porky's.
Porky's, you would think would be on there. Surprisingly,
Oh my God.
not on there.
Are
Isn't
you
that
Mean
crazy?
serious?
Girls.
Mean Girls is on there. Yes, 2004. Mean Girls is on
I
there.
co-sign Mean Girls.
Pump
What
Up the
about American
Volume.
Pie? Oh,
Pump Up the Volume. No. What did you say?
American Pie.
American Pie. Probably one of the greatest teen movies of all time, right?
I would
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Not in the top 20.
This
Oh,
joke
of this
garbage.
Yeah.
But it's not in order, so really, I mean, if they had 50, it may have been on the top.
Dazed
50.
and Confused.
Dazed and Confused is on there, 1993. Yes.
16
that.
Candles.
16 Candles, you would think, Carmen. No, not on there.
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Breakfast Club is on there, 1985. Yes, Breakfast Club.
Can't hardly wait.
Can't hardly wait.
so good.
Great, great.
Mhm.
Not
No.
another teen movie.
Not there. Not another teen movie. So good.
Can't hardly wait's a great movie.
Yeah.
I can't know. Give me some of the dumb ones. they have.
So they have Lady Bird.
I love Lady Bird.
Yeah,
I
but
never
is that
saw
a
it.
teen movie?
Nah, kind of. She's
it's a
really
teen,
like
she's a teenager, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like American Pie is what
Yeah.
you think of when you think of teen movies.
Super bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super bad.
Superbad,
So
yeah.
great.
Is
Mean
American-
Girls in there.
What about American Graffiti?
American Graffiti is in there, Joe. American Graffiti, 1973.
What
Well,
about
Joe is a
American
teen.
Beauty?
Yeah.
What?
American Beauty?
American Beauty is not.
No.
No.
What
Even though
about-
they were teens in there, but
Mhm.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, yes, in there. Back to the Future,
Teen Wolf?
1985. Teen Wolf, no.
Oh,
It's got teen in it.
Yeah.
School of Rock, which they were actually
weren't
kind of
teens.
pretty
They were
Yeah.
elementary. They were in middle school.
Bring It On,
Oh,
right
that
on,
is a
good.
great
Yeah.
film.
Dazed and Confused, we said. House Party. House
Oh,
Party
yeah.
is in
Queen
there.
Latifah?
No, House
No,
Party
oh,
with
yeah. Kid
10
and
Things
Play.
I Hate
Kid
About
Play.
You.
Heathers.
Heathers.
Yeah.
One of my wife's favorite movies, which, by the way, do you know that they did a musical?
Yes.
It's out. You can watch that. They filmed it and stuff. Heathers 1989 is in there. Say Anything, another 1989. Great.
Twilight?
Twilight? No.
Oh.
No. Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, Back to the Future, Footloose, where they're all 38, but they're playing teenagers.
She's all that.
She's all that? No, not in there. This one.
I love that girl from She's All That.
This one that had probably one of the greatest cast of all time. They all went on to become superstars.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
The Outsiders?
The Outsiders, 1983, yes. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Rock and Roll High School, 1979, 1978, Grease.
Yeah.
1970.
Rock and Roll High School is dumb. That's not a teen movie, and I love the Ramones.
1975, Cooley High.
That's a Spike Lee movie, isn't it?
75.
Oh, 75?
Yeah, Cooley High. No.
No, maybe not.
1973, American Graffiti, and they have a 1955, Rebel Without a Cause.
Yeah.
That's a dumb list.
Yeah. Well, you got to put it in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't just put it out randomly.
You gotta-
No
How do you
Varsity
leave-
Blues either, huh?
Oh, Varsity Blues is great. How do you
I
leave off
don't want
Porky's?
your life. Yeah. Terrible. Terrible.
Remember the Titans?
I have to tell you, the father, the casting in Varsity Blues of the father,
Oh, the best.
both those fathers. The one where he's like, "Come on, eat it off my head,"
Yeah.
and the other one's like, "Come on, do it. You can do it," and he wells him in the face with it. Those two fathers are two of the biggest douchebags ever. It was great.
And then finally in news.
Oh no!
I have the audio from the rule of what we were trying to say.
All right, let's
do you
hear
want to
it.
do you want to take a break?
No,
and
no,
come
I
back
want to
and
hear it
listen
right now. And Don Corleone's a man who insists on hearing bad news immediately. Explain the situation, people. Galvin won today.
Yes.
And we had said that he said afterwards that he thought the rule was if you doubled the person who has the rule, it negates their rule.
Yes.
And we were like, no, you have to double everybody.
Yeah.
But I
Not
don't-
just the rule.
Right.
I don't really know. I just didn't
Yeah.
want to get.
I wasn't sure either, but I thought it was if you double the person with the rule, this and that, whatever. But Spanish is sending the audio
yes.
to Carmen right now. Carmen,
Okay.
if you want to open that up. So it starts out saying one thing, but then it kind of eases into another one, and then we all agree on it.
In
the
the
way
meantime, while she's loading that up, Charlie
got
Belcher is at this place today that this is genius. It's a place that has fake flowers that you can rent for weddings and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
so
smart. Yeah.
You go and you spend $2,000 on flowers. Nobody wants to take them afterwards, and they all just get thrown out later that day.
Yeah.
These things, you just rent them probably for half the price. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but then you have the bitchy friend that goes, the flowers weren't even real.
Not even
Who
going to take this
cares?
arrangement.
So Carmen has the audio. Play it, Carmen, and here we go. Take a listen. What do we say if you double, at least double or more, the second place and they have a rule that cancels their rule? Ooh.
I do like that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
because it
there's just
doesn't
no
happen
rule.
very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's just no rule until somebody makes
I
a
do
rule.
like that.
Yeah. So moving forward, we do
agreed.
that.
Yeah.
If you at least double or more,
The rule maker.
second place,
That rule's canceled.
and that person has a rule or below has a rule, which
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, then that rule is canceled, and there's no rule until.
I'm in. I like it.
But if that person has two, let's say that person has two rules, you only cancel one of the rules.
Okay.
So
Okay,
second place.
Second place.
Second
yeah.
place or below.
No, but
It was second place.
No,
Carmen-
it was second place or below. Listen to it again. Because I say second place, and we all go, yeah, and I go, well, second place or below.
yeah, but then we didn't all. We were all.
Yes, you all agree.
Yeah,
Listen to
we-
it. Listen to how
we
you
did
all
say
agree.
second place a couple times.
Yeah,
Second
and then I
you and
reiterated,
Spanish
and then
Shot.
I reiterated and said second place or below, and then you all agree.
You kind of threw that in there
Yeah.
last
Take a
second.
listen.
Kind of like,
What do we say
Well,
if
start-
you
What?
okay
Play.
double, at least double or more, the second place and they have a rule that cancels their rule. Ooh.
I do like that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
because it
there's just
doesn't
no
happen
rule.
very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's just no rule until somebody makes
I
a
do
rule.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So moving forward, we do
agreed.
that.
Yeah.
If you at least double or more,
The rule maker.
second place,
That rule's canceled.
and that person has a rule or below has a rule, which
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, then that rule is canceled, and there's no rule until.
I'm in. I like it.
But if that person has two, let's say that person has two rules, you only cancel one of the rules.
Okay. I still think second place.
Second
Yeah,
place.
You
yeah.
said right. I
yeah,
said that. and then
right.
you
I
said
know
right,
what you're
right.
saying, but we agreed
You're
on
going to have to
second
vote
place.
on it.
My right was me agreeing with. I know what you're saying, but we
Yeah.
agreed on second place.
Okay, so you're just a bunch of pussies. That's fine.
No.
That's fine.
You're just trying to make it.
No. I'm trying to tell you exactly.
Carmen's
what
not
we
even
all
in the
agree.
game, and she's telling you you're wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm the keeper of Sporkle.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, that's true.
So would she be a pussy too?
Yep.
You're just trying to change rules for your favor.
I don't care. I'm just letting
you
you know.
care.
I'm
You
just letting,
care.
I'm just letting you know what we all agreed on, and then
Second
you all
place.
back out of it. So I'm no
I
integrity.
mean, we all heard
no
it.
integrity. I'm arguing every
Well, why
call
All right, let's vote right now.
from now on.
Gio.
No.
Was it
Second place.
second place? Spanish.
I would have said, yeah, second place or below.
You agree with Calvin?
I would, yeah. You
Joe.
did throw it in. We agreed.
Second place.
Carmen.
It was second place.
Yeah.
Second place.
And Spanish and Galvin were tied, so he did not double second place.
Right. So Spanish is the only one who's not a pussy, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Tell them, man.
That's
They're
right.
all pussies.
Yeah, pussies.
Okay.
Well,
How's
why
it-
did you say the first time?
How's it feel, pussies?
All right, let's not get carried
Sorry,
away.
I was
Celebrating.
celebrating it. That's my
Someone
bad. I apologize.
Earmuffs.
All right, listen to me. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, we got to go over our football picks, find out who did what,
Oh, I'm out of football.
and start kicking. That's fine. We'll see you at dinner.
$50 or less,
No.
and you have to win the Super Bowl. You
No.
by yourself.
We're
Yeah.
only doing regular season.
No, we said earlier.
No.
I heard
we
it.
said regular season. That's it. 18 games.
Should we vote on it? We'll do that, and we'll find out how we did in the football picks when we come back. And then at the top of the hour, the guys from Deep Inside the Music will be here with us. It is the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta.
On the Mike Calta Show. I did a full 180 on Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll was kind of bugging me just because he was everywhere and he had fat with tattoos on his face and all that. And I'm like easy fat Post Malone. Then I listened to that song and I really like Jelly Roll now.
He can sing.
He sure can, and he's got a good song. I'm not saying like I'm going to be going to see him at concert or anything, but when you talk trash about somebody and then you end up liking him, you owe it.
Probably dead soon, but
Yeah, you
enjoy
owe it
him while
to
he's
him
here.
to at least say it while he's alive. You know what I mean?
I am actually just going to eat a jelly roll.
Ooh.
How about that?
I'm in.
In his
100%.
honor.
Yeah,
No.
in his
No.
honor.
Like that. Hold on. Breaking news.
What?
Good morning, guys.
Reading.
Rating. Enhance.
Who's it from?
Tom.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll read it afterwards.
is he baking?
All right, Carmen.
Did Boozer win his?
I don't know. I didn't do that. Let us find out how he did in week 2 of NFL picks. Here we go. Now, this is the first year we have Martine and Ian Beckles picking, 2 former Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both should be in the Buccaneer Circle of Light, the inner circle, the circle of trust, the ring of fire.
Ring of Honor.
By the way, we definitely should get Martine that Ring of Honor. Like, this should be our main priority this
yeah.
year. It's a no-brainer. And I think they're not doing one this year.
Yeah,
Because Rondé is going.
they're honoring
into
Rondé for Hall of Fame instead.
Yeah, they should still do.
That's a cop out.
They should still do a Ring of Honor with Martine, and we should demand it.
Yeah.
We really should. But anyway, Carmen, let's find out as usual. Tell us who came in dead last in the football picks this week.
This was a close week.
A lot
And
of
dead
close
last,
games.
Yeah, and dead last with 8 wins.
8 wins last. Ooh.
Yep. Joe, Spanish,
Oh, you were laughing at him.
and Galvin.
Oh,
With-
you and Joe picked the same amount. Oof.
With 9 wins, Martine.
Oh.
With 10 wins, Mike,
Oh, I did not have the most wins this week.
Ian, and Gio. Also with 10 wins myself. So Mike, myself, Gio, and Ian
Okay.
all had 10 wins.
All right.
Pretty
I'll
good.
take it. Yeah.
But we have 2 games tonight. We all picked the Saints, but Gio and Martine have the Browns. So Gio could be the sole winner.
Okay.
Or he could lose to Mike, myself, and Ian
All
if
right.
the Steelers win. So tonight will be the deciding factor. And then also, so if the Steelers win, that means Martine, Joe, Spanish, and Galvin are all the losers.
Losers. Okay,
But
and
if
we're
the
only
Brown-
counting wins, right? That's what we decided?
Well, losses will determine tiebreakers. So if we have multiple winners, then the one with the least amount of losses will be the sole winner. And for the losers, if there's a tie for last place, then it will be the person with the most losses will be the
So
loser.
it'll double second place.
No.
I'm kidding.
Don't
so-
confuse me.
So, Joe, how are you feeling going into week 3?
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah. Didn't seem very confident.
Well, no, I'm definitely not very confident.
Are we going on a double coupon night for dinner?
Did we figure out where we're going?
I thought Frankie's.
Oh, yeah, all right. I wasn't sure if that was determined or not. Okay, good.
We can vote on it.
Is Joe currently in last place? Is that
No, I did not lose last week.
No, actually,
I think I did.
Joe won last week. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mike and Spanish
Are
right
tied
now
for last
have
overall?
the loss. Well, but now no, because now Spanish is the big loser because he's lost 2 weeks, and Mike actually might win this week.
Can I just tell you, if Joe loses,
Oh.
I'm going to be like, I'll just have a salad.
Oh, come on.
If Spanish loses, I'm going to be like, bring me 3 crab cakes, 4 steaks,
Thank you, Michael.
3 martinis.
Appreciate it.
I'm drilling you. You better start saving it. It's going to be like the rookie dinner.
That's fine. Joe,
On the house.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
On the house.
Yeah.
I don't
Put
think
this
you're
on the
winning,
Puerto
though.
Rican.
Yeah, rent's gonna be late that month.
You don't think I'm winning?
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I did pretty good this week.
Yeah, but you already have a loss under your belt.
Man, one.
If
So
I
I'm
win,
1-1. Mike's 1-1. Joe is what?
1-1.
1-1. Spanish is
0-2.
0-2. Carmen is 2-0.
Yep.
Oh.
But like I said, tonight will be the deciding factor. So either Gio will be the sole winner,
Oh.
or Mike, myself, and Ian will be the winners.
if the Browns win,
If the Browns win, Gio is the sole winner.
Who's playing tonight? The Browns and who?
Steelers.
Browns, Steelers, and Saints, and somebody else?
But we all picked Saints.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that game
It's
is a
Saints
push.
versus Panthers.
Oh, I'd
So
like
yeah.
we should be able to do side bets. Like, Gio, I'll bet you 3 wins
No,
that the Steelers will win tonight.
I'm not side betting. That's when I get into trouble.
Yeah.
Double or nothing. Here we go.
I got old Kenny Pickett playing tonight.
If I win in Joe's last place, I'm gonna f you up, man. I'm gonna order so much stuff.
That's fine, Gio. You do whatever you want. I'm running out the back door, not paying for you.
No,
I'm
No, because then
handcuffing
they're
you.
going to call me.
Yeah,
And they're
you
gonna be
welcher.
like, hey, your guy, the video guy, the little creepy one with the long hair, he just ordered a bunch of stuff and then ran out the back door.
That's exactly
Would
right.
Would be
put it
the
on your
first
And the
card.
time you
loser
tried to
doesn't
welch.
get to, and the loser doesn't get to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, when,
They have
Yeah,
to
I
sit
don't know
through
about
dinner.
when Frankie gives me your meal to bring to you, I'm just leaving with it.
Oh man,
Out the front door.
you can sit right next to me, Joe, while I eat.
The loser gets a glass of warm water served in a dirty glass.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like room temperature.
Yeah.
No ice.
Aw.
You don't deserve ice.
Non-sparkling.
Okay.
They make a delicious espresso martini.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
They really do make a delicious martini and crab cakes.
Mm.
God, I hope I don't lose.
Do you remember we were in Germany, Gio, and we were on the sidelines, and we were watching the situation go down where there was a guy, everybody was up into the corner of the stands because they wanted to see the players come
Yeah.
out. And there was a guy who was like, you're all standing here looking for players, but you're in my seat. And he was very calm, and he waited. And after a while, there were some German folks that were there, and he was like, you're in my seat. And the guy's like, sorry, you'll have to wait. We're waiting for the play. And he goes, no, I paid for these seats. You're in my seat.
It's him and his 2 sons.
Yeah. And then it kind of got like a little heated, and me and Gio were like, if it goes, we're fighting for the Americans. We're jumping right in there. And we're looking at the guy. We're like, we got you. We got you. I see that guy all the time now. He owns Fresco's in St. Pete.
Yeah, well, remember we saw them at the Hopper House
Yeah,
the night before. Yeah.
And then I saw him this weekend at Frankie's, and he was like, I'm like, I remember. We got it. He goes, you come see me at Fresco's. We'll have some pizzas. Yeah, I'm telling you, we almost caused a.
The guys he was trying to kick out, they barely spoke English.
Oh.
They just mainly spoke German.
And we had to get the cop and tell the cop.
Yeah.
Like, tell him they're in his seats.
He's
He
like, these
paid
3
for
seats
them.
are mine. You guys got to go. Like, no.
Yeah.
And they're pointing, Tom Brady.
I would have just started pushing them over the side, over like a battle royal,
Yep.
over the top. I'll never forget that when I first moved here. I'm 18 years old. I'm going to see Billy Idol and Faith No More at the USF Sundome, and it's me and 3 girls, my girlfriend at the time, 2 of her friends, and we walk up to the seats, and I look, and I match, and these guys are in our seats, and I mean, we're at the top, too. They're not even good seats. And I look at the guy, I go, hey, I think you're in my seats. And he goes, yeah. And he kind of shrugged it off. And I looked at him, he goes, here's the deal. Our seats are over there, but there's some guys sitting in our seats, so we'll just sit here. And I looked at him, and I went, what? And he goes, they're in our seats, so we just sat over here. And he's like, not even moving. And I went, oh, okay. Like, then finally, I just reached down and grabbed the guy by his neck and pulled him out of the seat. And my girlfriend's like, what are you, crazy? I go, no. I go, what are we doing here? We're not, you just decide to sit in our seats?
It's not how it works.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Sorry I'm with 3 girls, but that's how it goes, you know, and these girls will fight you.
Last season when I had the season tickets, that happened to me one time where a guy's like, hey, man, you're in my seat. I go, nope. I sit here every week, pal. I go, he's like, no, look right here. I go, nope, it's my seat. And he's like, no, I'm going to go get security. I go, look at your ticket. And I think it was row D or whatever. I'm like, look. D, and I'm pointing to on the side of my seat. You can see the letter and stuff.
People are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if I see that, I do the same thing. I think you might be in my seats. Not get out of my seat.
Because I'm usually wrong. They go, like, they go, no, you have 102. This is 103. And I go, that's why.
But I told you the guy that gave me the pat on the shoulder, you're in my seats. And I stood up next to him, and I go, I don't think so. And I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure. And I looked at the thing, and I go, this, whatever, E15, this, that. And I go, this, and he goes, oh, we're in J. And I go, yeah, of course. No apology or anything that you did the angry shoulder pat.
This guy was a dick right out of the gate. Like, you're in my seat, pal. And then tried to, like, laugh it off like we're buddies afterwards. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, no. Don't be the tough guy.
Yeah.
That's, it's so easy to make a mistake in those sort of things.
Right.
Why would you have an attitude the way? If I went up to you and you were in my seat by accident, big deal. You get up and move.
Right. Don't be a jerk about it, though, especially when you're wrong. I'm like, I've been sitting here for 9 weeks. No.
And I love whenever people are wrong and won't admit that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or just do anything, whatever. The second time in a row, I go to get Liquid Death. You can't buy alcohol.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I go, it's not alcohol.
Yeah.
It looks like alcohol. Okay, a lot of things look like things that aren't.
It doesn't look like alcohol. It looks like an energy drink.
But I go, it's not alcohol. You should know what you're selling.
Yeah.
Like, you should know the.
It's crazy. Last week during the show, we interrupted, or we said coming back from the break, there was some breaking news that Representative Lauren Boebert was kicked out of the Beetlejuice play. And they said it was because she was being loud and vaping, and that they asked her to calm down, and she didn't, so they kicked her out. Well, then they released the security footage over the weekend, and I'm not going to lie, I was fully wrecked after watching it. It's a guy she's with is just groping her boobs, and then she turns and starts groping his crotch. And they're like feeling each other up, and I'm like, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen.
And she's not like, stop. No. She's like, just, putting them out there.
She's sexy as all hell, but she also is like, she looks like a girl who used to do modeling for a car magazine that became a representative.
Yeah, she said she was not vaping, and there's video of her just blowing a big old cloud right into the people in front of them.
Was it weed vape or just...
No, probably just cigarette vape.
But there's like a pregnant woman in front of them, and she just blows a big cloud. You can see them turn around and ask her, like, man, please don't do that.
Which is really weird because she had, like, whatever they did to attract security the first time, security came over and was like kneeling next to them and watching them, and yet they still went on their business like nobody was watching. I don't know, but whatever it was pretty hot. I mean, she's got some big old round cans on her, some big boberts.
You just know she's wild.
Yeah.
She's wild.
Just Google her, and you can see all these pictures of her when she was like younger, and
she just blows a big old cloud. It's hilarious.
Chucking clouds. Getting groped and chucking clouds.
This is America.
Spanish, do you know who Baba Vanga is?
Baba Vanga, I do not.
Baba Vanga is a short name for a woman with a really long name. She's an old blind lady from Turkey, I think.
Okay.
And she has made predictions that have come true over the years. Everything she has predicted, including 9/11 and all this stuff, has all come through.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you don't like that because she says in 2023, the things that are going to happen still are a solar storm that's going to knock out everything. And she sees great loss of life, of human life, when the aliens come in and invade on before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Now, Spanish and I saw a video that we watched, and I'm sure some other people saw it, of where Hollywood has been preparing us for these things by leaking it in movies and stuff. Every natural disaster and every alien invasion, everything bad that goes on in movies all happens on September 23rd.
Yeah, that is. I wish you didn't share that with me because I've been
Because
in
it's
a
September 18th?
a very bad wormhole this past 4 or 5 nights with movies that have done that. There are speeches that reference September 23rd, something happening. There's a UFO guy that I follow that is not involved with the September 23rd thing.
But they never say a year.
Right.
So it might not
Right.
be this September 23rd. It could be next year or
Yeah,
the following year.
But Baba says this year is the year, so.
I got some news for you. Nothing's going to happen on September 23rd.
Why
because
is that?
I have tickets to Hatebreed the next night, so they wouldn't.
I mean,
Come
it's
on.
not like Hatebreed would get canceled if aliens came. They'd probably invite him to the show.
Now, I'm not even really sure about the alien stuff yet because I'm in too deep on this conspiracy that's titled Operation Bluebeam. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
No, but it sounds like what you used to melt Hawaii.
Well, it is actually their NASA is along with some other organizations hologram technology and energy weapon technology.
Energy weapons.
And yeah, they have the ability to like create real holograms that you would never know if it was real or not. And they said they're planning on faking an alien invasion to create the next New World Order or Great Reset.
Well,
Yeah.
look, you can make them appear there,
Yeah.
but when they come down here and I shoot them,
Yeah. It's really scary when like some ex-CIA guys now more than ever have been talking more and more about like how to destabilize countries and like what that playbook looks like. And then they'll start talking about Operation Bluebeam is one of them where they'll say this has been something that they've been working on since the 80s and the technology that they have is wild that we don't know. But I don't know what to believe.
I don't know what to believe either, but Baba's made some pretty accurate.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And the fact that she's saying aliens, solar storms, and all that stuff is can really put us out before the end of the year.
The solar storms are legit because we got hit by one, I think, a couple weeks ago that took out some communications, not in our country, but in some other countries. We just hear about it as like, oh, that country's TSA grounded all the flights.
Right.
But it's because of the solar flares.
We've been through that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew this, but September 23rd, also Redhead Appreciation Day.
Oh, see?
National Checkers Day, and Restless Legs Awareness Day.
I think CERN was also doing something on September 23rd. Which is never a good.
Can I say I love redheads?
Yeah.
And my legs are restless.
Yeah.
This is all about
That's
me.
your day.
My day.
It's not looking good.
I do love redheads. Not just the super hot ones. Like the plain Jane-ish redheads are hot to me.
Yeah.
Oh. I have a funny thing to admit. I had a sex dream last night. No, I wouldn't say a sex dream. Oh, that's where the funny part comes in, Carmen. It was like a kissy love dream. And I don't think there was any sex involved.
You in Spanish?
No, it was a womanish type person.
Ish.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was the woman from 90 Day Fiance who used to be a man. Because last night I was watching it and I kept telling my wife, if she was just a woman, I would be attracted to her. And then she was crying and I felt bad for her last night. And I was like I wanted to hug that woman. I felt bad for her. And then I went to bed and I had a dream just that she was crying. And then I hugged her and we started making out.
Oh.
Hot.
No.
You and that guy started making out?
No. She's a girl now. She's a full girl. She's a full girl. In my dream, I had
Is
no
her
idea.
butt a girl?
What?
Is her butt a girl?
Is her butt a girl?
Yeah.
No. It stays the same.
I just
but I
heard-
didn't go near her butt. We just kissed.
I heard Butter Grill.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'd love
You're
to eat a
hungry.
butter grill right
When
now.
you were kissing her, did she have man breath?
No, she didn't. She even smelled
You
good.
sure?
Yeah. I had bad breath. She had good breath.
Whiskers?
Yeah, but I'm Italian. I've kissed plenty of girls with whiskers before.
Oh, wait.
And she wasn't the first one. I kissed Carmen on the cheek and I go, hee hee. I get tickled. All right, listen to me. We got to take a quick break, get some commercials out of the way, and then bring in the boys from Deep Inside the Music. If you want to follow along, you can. If you want to go see their other stuff, you can go to YouTube right now and search Deep Inside the Music. There's a whole bunch of free episodes up there, including ones with Spanish and Joe and all of us. So go ahead and get on Deep Inside the Music, like it, spread the word about it, and let's help blow these guys up. They'll be in the studio with us next on 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. I don't like the challenge. I feel like you guys challenged me right out of the gate. The Deep Inside the Music guys are here. This is Mr. Willie Bells, Mr. Ronnie D. And
Hello.
You side issued me a challenge. I don't even realize you did it, and it bugged me.
What do we do?
Don't tell me you're not at 5,000 subscribers. Like I can't get you over 5,000 subscribers by the end of the day today.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
You can't.
So don't.
You won't.
I will. I'm going to do it right now.
Don't poke the bear.
This bear's so sleepy right now, you knock him over. These guys are our longtime friends, and they do a really great thing on YouTube that you can go find. It's called Deep Inside the Music. It's where they do just that. They go deep inside the music. And I'm going to tell you, Ronnie, in all honesty, I am guilty of this. For some reason, up until recently, I watch people's videos all the time on YouTube, and I never subscribe. I don't know what I'm afraid of. Like, I think if I subscribe to it, it's going to come in my bank account or something, but it's not. It just lets you know when new stuff is posted.
That's
and it's pretty actually, it's beneficial to the people who subscribe to it. And it certainly helps out the people who own the channel. The higher you go in subscription numbers, the more you're able to do for your subscription audience. So
Yes.
if you like what these guys do and you want to see more of it, because we only get to do 1 or 2 songs every time you guys come on the show, but you've been doing this for a while now, and it's gotten the eye of a lot of famous people, including musicians and family members of musicians
Yes.
and other people, producers and stuff. So it's blowing up, as the kids like to say.
Yes, it's happening. Something's happening.
Something's
here.
happening. I feel it. So go to YouTube and just search Deep Inside the Music. You'll find it, like it, watch it, and hit subscribe. And let's get these guys over $5,000, or else I'm a failure. I'm a failure.
Do it.
All right. Now, last time we talked to you, which was a couple of months ago, you were going to L.A. You had an opportunity to go out there and do some stuff for Deep Inside the Music out there.
Yes.
How did that go?
It went incredible.
Yeah.
And it so far beyond exceeded our expectations on what was going to happen. And by some stroke of luck, everything went smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And we even found ourselves in a couple of situations that we didn't expect. Like we got to go into Cherokee Studios with a guy named Bruce Robb.
Right.
And use Michael Jackson's microphone from Off the Wall.
Oh, wow.
Keep up.
Yeah.
Don't stop. And Tom Petty, Don't Do Me Like That, Damn the Torpedoes was recorded there. We did a Tom Petty song there. And Bruce Robb, as we're pulling the song and the tracks up on the Trident console that Tom Petty and Pink Floyd The Wall recorded there.
Wow. He starts reworking the track a little bit. He's like, let me get this right.
Yeah, he said, hey, let me EQ that vocal for you. So we just kind of stood back and let this guy, who was, I believe, an assistant engineer on that record in his studio, it was just a mind blower.
Let me explain for people who don't know. What these guys do is they take a popular song that you don't know. It could be a rock song, could be a disco song, could be anything, and then they have the track by track layer so they could break it down and isolate the vocals. They could isolate a horn or drums. And a lot of times, and we've done this so many times, and we heard things in the songs that we never knew were even there that we've been hearing all these years.
Yes.
One of my favorite examples is there's the song Even Flow by my favorite band, Pearl Jam, and there's an end part where Eddie is mumbling and stumbling, and I can never make out what he's saying. When you guys broke it down and made it solo, we could hear what he was saying, we could hear what he was trying to do. And this happens for so many bands and so many things. And now when you're on this LA thing, you're going to these original studios where they recorded this stuff.
Yes.
And you're meeting with other pertinent people to what you guys do.
Yes, we went to Sound City.
City, where they had the big documentary that the Foo Fighters made.
Correct. And we met with Matt Wallace, who was a friend of Willie Bell's from way back in the day.
Right.
And we went
Uncle
hey, Uncle Matt, we went into his Studio Deluxe Immersive, which is an Atmos studio. And he broke down his own song, Epic by Faith No More, for us.
Wow.
And told us all the stories. Here's how I got that keyboard sound. Here's who vomited. You know, it was a lot of great stories.
And he did have a picture book, and he's like, here, and there's full color pictures of 1991.
Yes.
You don't realize how cool that stuff is till you go there. Like, how not cool it is from the outside and cool it is from the inside. Pete had to go drop off some guitar or pick something up from a guitar guy out there. And we went out, and we're in this warehouse section. It looks like the guy across the street selling old tires, and this guy's selling something. And we roll into this place. It's just a warehouse of guys taking care of people's guitars. And you could see on the production line what's coming up next. And there's Eddie Van Halen's yellow and black guitar. there was something that Slash had there. That's how was Pete's connection that they were working on. And I'm like, these are their like real guitars that they're using, and they're getting them tuned up and fixed here and all that. And there's so much of that stuff that the average person will never see. And those recording studios are the same way. You see them from the outside, you're like, I would never know what's here.
We were handed the guitar that played the whole Maroon 5 record, Harder to Breathe and all that.
Oh, really?
Willie Bell's had it in his hands. It's got
Very
a name.
Rhythm Thing.
Rhythm Thing, and it's written on there in marker. Willie Bell's, I didn't get a chance to touch it, but Willie Bell's was handed the acoustic guitar that Eric Clapton played on a whole bunch of records.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was an amazing trip, and going to those places for music geeks, and I know you're out there, music geeks, the music people, there's them and there's us.
Yeah.
These places are like shrines. It's like going to a church of a sort. There's a spirit there. There's a vibe in that room where Rod Stewart drew penises in Sharpie on the wall of the vocal booth.
Oh,
so I was like,
funny.
can I please see Rod Stewart's penis?
Yeah.
And they brought me in. There it is.
No kidding. That's great, man.
Excellent.
So good. And then I was talking this morning that you guys had Randy Rhodes' sister.
Yes.
That she evidently liked the post, and you guys talked to her, and she ends up bringing you guys out.
Yes, she commented on our episode and corrected us on a couple things.
Which is great.
And it seems like the more things we get wrong, the more action we get.
Yeah.
We're only rewarded for wrong information.
Yeah. And and then she invited us to her. She owns a wine bar and a restaurant, and we weren't going to turn that down.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's fantastic. Actually, she said we're going to have another party.
Get up on that mic, Bill.
We're going to have a party out here with you guys when we come back. Rudy Sarzo drops in all the time.
Oh, really?
And has wine.
Super cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
So we went out there as fans of music, and that's why our show exists, is because we're fans of music. It's not super technical. It's not a TED Talk. It's not a college lecture. We love this stuff, and it makes music brand new again. So a song you've heard a million times, we feel a brand new vibe, and we react to it. It's sincere.
Well, you're being musicians yourself, being able to identify instruments and being able to answer some questions that the average ear won't necessarily pick up. And I love when you guys point out things like, listen, you can hear them, and you can hear the drums in the other room in the background. That kind of stuff's pretty cool.
It's like being in the studio with them.
Right.
On the Michael Jackson episode for Beat It, if you listen to Michael Jackson's vocals by themselves, you hear him stomping around and snapping his feet and all. He snaps his feet.
He's running laps.
Talent.
Yeah, he's running laps in the vocal booth.
Yeah, you hear what it would be like to stand in the room with him. It's incredible.
What are we going to do today?
So, a song we've heard a million times, but you've never heard it this way before.
Oh, little Fleetwood Mac action.
This is Stevie Nicks solo.
Oh, okay.
But check it out.
Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh.
Is that her doing all the?
Yes. All her
Just
voice.
like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Said ooh.
Add the bass.
And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is my own. I begin
Add
again.
the congas.
I said to my friend, nothing else matters.
What? We're getting a little keyboards now.
He was no more than a baby then.
What a
Check it
voice.
out.
When he
she's a rock
seemed
star.
broken hearted, something within him.
What a weird drum beat.
But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, all alone on the edge of
Little context.
17. Just like the white-winged
There you go,
dove
Mike.
sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby,
Rocking bass.
said ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Said ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Well, I went today, maybe I will go again tomorrow. Well, the music there, well, it was hauntingly familiar. Well, I see
funny because that bass drum is on the
And nothing else matters.
This girl is a superhero.
Just like the white-winged dove sings the song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh,
I think this could come out today. It would do pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the white-winged dove sings the song, sounds like she's singing. Said, ooh, baby, ooh, said, ooh. The clouds never expected when it rains, but the sea changes color, but the sea does not change. So with the slow, graceful flow of age, I went forth with an angel.
Power chords on the bass.
Desire to breathe on the edge of 17.
That's pretty solid.
So that's what we do on Deep Inside the Music
Yeah.
is we listen to these individual parts and
But like, it's weird because you know she's a good singer, but she has a little bit of a weird voice.
Yes.
And then you hear her solo, and you're like, wow, she can really sing. And then you hear her with the piano, and you're like, oh, the two of that together is perfect.
agreed.
Cinematic.
Agreed.
It's every track is perfect.
Yes.
You know? That's
It's
what's so fun about this. You start, if you don't have at home, if you're recording, I suppose every track's got to be, perfect. Bang.
so sweet.
You could solo any of that stuff out, and it's just like the right part.
Yeah, you don't realize she's actually singing all this, and you can realize, you can almost imagine this is how they wrote the song.
So with the slow, graceful flow
All of her
of
voices.
age, I went forth with an angel desire to breathe on the edge of 17.
Let me ask you a producer question. So when they're doing that, whenever they double, let's just say a double a voice, is she singing and then they take it and they put it next to each other, or does she go back in and sing again over that
I
first?
think she sings. I think you could hear a little bit of a difference.
But yeah, so sometimes they do that so you can hear a little bit of a difference. But like if they're doing 4 different ones, are they doing it in different keys so that they're harmonizing, or are they doing? Is she going back in and re-recording and doing it in different parts?
All of that. It
It
depends
just
on what
depends
their
on-
intention
okay.
is.
Yeah.
So,
Because you can, if you listen to it, you could hear two different kinds,
Yeah.
two different things. But then you're right; they probably take one and double it, and then take another one and double it.
now here's something crazy that we discovered on here is a lot of this vocal Stevie Nicks did live with the band playing. So she was in the vocal booth, and you can kind of hear the drums in the background.
Which is how I was going to say. If people are wondering how they know that, is because you could hear the instruments playing while she's
So
doing it.
that's where we're at right now. You can, and then they went back and fixed little vocal sections. So when they put the new vocal fix in, there's no drums there.
Right.
So listen to this part. You can hear the drums come in.
You hear the studs.
Hear the drums?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy loved that last note right there. He's like,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah. So that was from the original take that she did live in that room.
No
And
kidding.
look, today you got Pro Tools, you have Auto-Tune, you can align things to the grid, you can fix things in a computer, as everybody knows, and now you even have AI to fix stuff and
Sure.
make you sound like Insane Clown Posse sings Frank Sinatra or whatever.
Which has always been my dream.
But
yeah, and they only had cocaine.
that's right.
So,
But realize
they were
this.
they were hanging in there.
People can actually achieve these amazing physical feats of musicality. You see Cirque du Soleil, that's not AI, that's people actually doing it. They're practiced. Stevie Nicks is that good that she can do this all in one afternoon.
Just like the white-winged dove sings the song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white-winged dove sings the song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Well, then suddenly
The piano
there was
player.
no one left standing in the hall.
The piano player is this good.
It doesn't seem that hard.
Well,
Here you go.
I'm searching for an answer upstairs and down the hall, not too just to hear the call of a night bird.
Ooh.
Singing, come away, come away, come away. Just
Is that
like the
her?
wind does, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the wind dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Said, ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh.
You know, it's hard to decipher how in Fleetwood Mac, now you got that. You got Buckingham, you got the other two, you got Mick Fleetwood. Like, who decides who's the egos in that room must be ridiculous. Because you just heard what she could do, and she had to be forced in the band by the other guy. So, I mean, really, once you get everybody in there, you're like, all right, this changes the whole dynamic of the band.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure and an honor, and with so much bad news in the world, we've been told that our show is offering a little bit of a break. Unplug yourself from the news and the.
We heard our show makes people's lives worse, so that's great that you're hearing
we're
good
getting
stuff.
back to zero then.
Yeah.
We're yin and yang. We're perfect together.
Okay, what else? We got another song. Want to do something else?
We do. Let me grab this.
While you're pulling that up, let me remind everybody you can find these guys on YouTube. It is free. It is called Deep Inside the Music. If you go there and search Deep Inside the Music, it'll come right up. It's also available on Instagram and same name. And we link it out, and we'll certainly send out a thing today on Instagram. But go like them and follow them and subscribe to them. Subscribing really helps these guys. They get to do a lot more with what they're putting up online. They're getting taken more seriously when they have more subscribers, and then more people want to be involved in it. Spanish told me Anthony Kiedis just started following you guys.
And he mentioned in his story, which made our Instagram jump, and that's how we got all of a sudden close to 5,000 followers. So let me check and see if we hit the 5 mark.
You look
yet.
on. I think it might be Kevin and Bean or one of the radio stations in L.A. Years ago, I heard a guy on the show that does something like this. He came on, but he didn't really have the tracks like you guys had. He had the song. He had some pieces of the song, and he would tell stories about the recording, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
But nothing is deep, not to be punny, but nothing was as deep as what you guys do by being able to isolate each of the tracks and get to hear the things that you don't hear. He just had good, interesting stories about it. So in this case, I think we all learned together when we listened to it. We're like, holy cow, what is that? And then have to sit there and figure out, is that her doubling tracks, doing what? It makes it more fun to listen to. What else we got?
Well, what else we got? And you could choose. I have a couple here. We have the Kiss Mike's Ass, Billy Joel trifecta.
Uh-huh.
We have Uptown Girl, Pressure, Only the Good Die Young, and I think I have Zanzibar today.
Oh, jeez.
Which nobody knows except
I know
us.
Zanzibar.
I know.
Yeah.
And I also have I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty, which was also done, recorded by Jeff Lynne at Rick Rubin's
What do you
studio.
mean recorded? Like Jeff Lynne did his own version, or he recorded
produced
on it?
Jeff Lynne produced it.
Yeah, let's
and-
listen to that because let's listen to that because you guys were in the studio too. So
Yes, it's
All right.
crazy. I don't think this one was recorded in the studio that we went to.
Okay.
This was a couple of records after, but still.
This
Tom
is one of my
Petty.
favorite songs. This is such a great anthem type song. Tom Petty's "I Won't Back Down."
Yes, here we go. Deep Inside the Music on YouTube. How about just the guitar?
Well, I won't back down.
That's how he wrote it.
No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back
You
down.
hear his headphones.
Yeah.
No, I'll stand my ground. Won't be turned around.
Keyboard tracks.
And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground. And I won't back down. Hey, baby.
Listen to that. Weird.
There ain't no easy way out.
Vocals.
Hey,
That's Jeff Lynne.
will stand my ground.
That's ELO style.
Yeah.
And I won't back down.
100% yellow.
Well, I know what's right. I got just one life.
I could be in this band.
In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground. And I won't back down. I won't back. Hey, easy way out. I want back. Hey, I will stand my ground.
So cool.
And I won't back down.
I'm surprised there isn't just a version like that.
Right?
Just like an acoustic with the harmony version. That would be great.
So you could picture that Tom must have wrote the song just,
With the dum, dum, dum,
yeah,
dum,
just
dum,
chinking
yeah.
on his guitar. Chunk,
Yeah.
chunk, chunk, chunk. So check out, what's the guy's name? Mike? In
Mike
this band?
Campbell.
Mike Campbell.
You can kind of also hear that vocal every Saturday in the swamp. You know, they sing that.
So beautiful.
Hey, baby.
This is how he wrote it.
There ain't no easy way out.
Hollow body.
Hey, I
Little background.
won't back down. Hey, baby.
Tom Petty.
There ain't no easy way out.
Context. Back to Tom.
Will stand my
Let's go
ground.
Gators.
And I won't back down.
That's pretty
No,
good.
I won't back down.
That could be like the perfect song.
Is that Tom Petty solo stuff or is that Heartbreakers?
I think it's Tom Petty's solo stuff, but
Who's his band?
no, actually, I believe they went back in the studio to fulfill his contract. He had to do 2 new songs for Greatest Hits and get out of his contract,
Oh,
and this
wow.
was one of them.
Oh, no kidding.
So they got the jerky drummer back just for this.
Yep.
It's funny. There's a documentary of Tom Petty, Somewhere You Feel Free, and he
Yes.
talks about whenever he does solo stuff and how the band was like,
Yeah.
bro, we're a band. Like, you're the guy writing, and doing a lot of stuff. But anyways, he said that he would have some of those guys play on his solo stuff. And hey, if you want to come and play on this, and
He was like, I just don't like some of you.
but he asked the
Today.
bass player, and the bass player was like, "No, I don't want to play on your song." Like pissed off because he was doing solo stuff. He goes, "It wound up being Free Fall, and it was his biggest song ever, and he could have played on it, but he said no." So I was like, "Smell you later."
So funny.
That is funny. Oh, well, look, that is pretty amazing. Do me a favor. Give me a little Only the Good Die Young. Just to make me happy.
All right, Billy Joel people.
Who's the piano player?
It's got to be Bill. And the drums on this are so epic.
Oh yeah.
Come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late. Oh, but sooner or later it comes down to fate. I might as well be the one. Well, they showed you a statue and told you to pray. They built you a temple and locked you away. Ah, but they never told you the price that you pay for things that you might have done. Only the good die young.
He's not
That's
doing a
what
bunch
I
of takes
said.
either. That's like all one take.
Only the good die young. Only the good die young. You might have heard I run with a dangerous crowd. We ain't too pretty, we ain't too proud. We might be laughing a bit too loud. Oh, but that never hurt no one. So come on, Virginia, show me a sign. Send up a signal, I'll throw you the line. Stained glass curtain you're hiding behind never lets in the sun. Darling, only the good die young. Whoa, 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 whoa. I tell you, only the good die young. Only the good die young. You got a nice white dress and a party on your confirmation. You got a brand new soul. And a cross of gold. But Virginia, they didn't give you quite enough information. You didn't count on me when you were counting on your rosary. Oh, and they say there's a heaven.
He's popping the mic. He's blowing the mic up. His face, you know how he sings.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like all up on the mic
Yeah.
like this. So listen to how he's blowing that mic up. It's so beautiful. You don't notice it in context.
Rosary. Oh, and They say there's a heaven for those who will wait. Some say it's better, but I say it ain't. I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints. The sinners are much more fun. You know that only the good die young. Only the good die young.
One of the best things about this is when you can get guys who played on these records, or like our guy Carl, who plays with Billy Joel now, wasn't on the record, but has to play that every night now when they go out.
Yes,
and then
he
the
does.
other dude that plays the saxophone, it's been in the band forever. I mean, those guys would be great to get on and talk
Mark.
about. Yeah, Mark.
Yes.
He seems like he'd be really, and you know who else is Liberty DeVito?
Yes.
Who comes around town a lot and has great stories. Like he'll tell you this story that and Billy tells a story every time you go see him in concert, that he originally wanted to write this song like a reggae song.
Well, they put a little reggae vibe in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liberty DeVito is awesome. Check him out. Little brushes. He's messing around.
Pretty awesome.
You know.
That's pretty good, man.
He's awesome.
He is great. Well, this stuff, I tell you, I love hearing it all, and I mostly love songs that I don't love. When we listen to, like I'm
When
not.
you pull them apart.
There's a
you
quote
pull
for
them apart. Yeah, I love the songs I don't love. That's the thing. When you hear a song, and you're like, oh yeah, I know this song, and you're listening to it, and you're like, wow, now I really appreciate that song because I hear what went into it. Once I see the ingredients, I appreciate it a lot more. So you can find all of this stuff at Deep Inside the Music. There's a video component that goes along with it. They even show you the tracks that are up there. Go like it, subscribe to it, and
Where are we at? Where are we at with the followers? How many?
We are
Let's go.
over 4,900.
You're insulting
We
me.
are.
You're
How
insulting
dare
me
you.
right to my face, Ronnie D.
We're almost to 5,000. Hey, if you're out there,
Push
pull
the
over the
button.
car.
Yeah.
Pull over the car and subscribe to Deep Inside the Music.
I'm going to be honest. I think you have the capabilities to do it while you're driving at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. That's how easy it is to do.
While applying
Pull up-
false eyelashes.
Pull up the YouTube app, put in Deep Inside the Music. It comes right up, and then just hit subscribe. It's that easy.
It is
That's
beautiful.
Yeah, and go check it out because there's some episodes on there with Pap and Spanish and Galvin and all the guys, so you can go see that. Carmen, did Carmen do any yet?
Not yet,
Oh, you
but
gotta
we
get
would love
Carmen.
to have Carmen in there to hopefully do the Deep Inside the Justino song, Thinking About Your Butthole.
Butthole, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It
I'm
really
in.
is. All
I got
right.
the tracks for it, Carmen.
I'm in.
She's got the tracks too, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey.
Thank you, Deep Inside the Music, Ronnie, Billy. Good to see you guys. Any live gigs coming up? Anything with you guys playing music?
You know, the live gig we did before was so traumatizing to me that I think I'm better suited.
No, I mean band stuff. I mean,
Yes.
like your bands.
Yes, my band is going to play outdoors, Ricky T's Halloween.
Oh.
So let's get dressed up and do that. And Willie Bells has all kinds of cool gigs.
Well, I don't know about that, but we're at Riverfest in Peace River, October 14th. We're getting a headline, our first little headline. You know, it's way deep in the woods. That's how we.
No, but that's
headline.
fun. That's good. It's a fun gig.
It will be right on the river. It's a
Be careful of
campsite.
alligators.
Oh, yay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Listen,
I will.
One of the best things you'll see on video, these guys that go and they look for shark's teeth, and they scuba dive and they bring these GoPros underwater, and they're out there, and I'm watching, right here in the Peace River, and some alligator just comes up and chomps on a guy's leg, and the feet goes. At first, I thought it was one of my buddies screwing around. Then I realized I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it out of the alligator's mouth. But
No
he
thanks.
didn't die or anything like that. But it's just, yeah. So be careful drunken in the Peace River. Yeah, just let you
Duly
know
noted.
now. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I will be, yes.
Go find these guys and subscribe and like them on YouTube and tell your friends about them, and let's really blow it up because they do good stuff. And they're our boys and they're local. So
You want to hear something shocking?
yeah.
I wanna rock!
That's what we're dealing with.
I wanna rock!
Yeah.
D. Snyder.
Turn it down, you say. Well, all I gotta say to you is time and time again is say no! No! No, 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 no!
Perfect example of somebody who has no singing talent that created one of the biggest songs of all time.
Incredible.
Give me the mic.
Unbelievable.
Hold
All right.
my beer.
We got to take a break. I got to pee. It's the Mike Calta Show. We'll be back. It's 102.5 The Bone. Please get to it.
I was wondering why you were starting this at the beginning.
I was paying attention. Oh my God. There we go. It's the Mike Calta show. It's 9:45. I love those deep inside the music guys.
Yeah.
It's great. I'll get an hour's worth of people. That was so awesome. It was great to hear. Blah, blah. And then in the afternoon, people are like, I hate when those guys are on. I'm like, I don't know how to please everybody. But if you like it, you want to see more, go to Deep Inside the Music on YouTube and like them, because I'm going to be honest with you. It's embarrassing to me that I can't put them over 5,000. Let me find out right now. Let me look real quick. I'm excited for not one but two football games tonight. When I say that, I mean from a betting point of view, because I couldn't care less about it. I mean, I want to see the Saints lose, but
they are over 5,000.
Oh,
they are?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Congratulations, boys.
Congratulate me.
Well, I was congratulating them too, but it's because of you, Michael.
Well, thank you. That's what I'd say. Let me see where they're at. Oh, yeah, 5,800. 5,008. 5,000.08. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can go find them and like them and subscribe to them anytime during the day that you want if you're driving, and go do that. And see Spanish talk about how Betty hates John Frusciante, and then see Anthony Kiedis watch that video.
Not a good. Didn't think that was ever going to happen.
Didn't think that was going to come back around.
So you don't like John Frusciante? You like the other guy?
No. I don't. I hate Josh Klinghoffer. I don't like. My thing with John Frusciante is I don't like how heavily he is influencing the band now, and they're doing all their sleepy songs. I feel like it's
now, but Klinghoffer is the guy that's playing with Pearl Jam now, right? Yeah, he's good over there.
Yeah, he was. I did not like him with the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, he's like a utility player for Pearl Jam, and he's doing he played drums the other day because Matt Cameron was sick and he was out, and Klinghoffer played drums for him.
He's an unbelievable musician, but he, I think, is like if John Frusciante really went into like the psychedelic guitar playing, he would be Josh Klinghoffer, because he does some really, really weird stuff on the guitar.
That's
probably ahead of his time, but not in my opinion.
Yeah, I get you. Certain guitar players steer a band in a different direction.
In my opinion, and Frusciante has steered this one into like the sleepy land.
So those guys, they're from California.
Yeah, but there's a lot of memes and videos that are like California, California. I saw one the other day that I can't play on the air right now. Did I send it to you?
No, I saw it though.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that was really good.
It's really funny. It's really funny, and it kind of sounds like them a little bit. And he's like, bang a doorknob. That's hard. I can't even say it on the air. Anyway, Carmen.
Her mic's not on.
Hello?
Oh, it is. I knew you weren't paying attention. That's why I called out to you. What are you doing?
No, I was paying attention. No, I had to record a spot during the break.
Why? Why couldn't you do it after the show like everybody else does?
Because I have to leave.
I'm just kidding. I was recording one during the break.
Why? Why do you have to leave? Why?
Where are you going? What do you got going on?
What's happening? Who are you
Holly
going
coming?
Tell us now.
No, so we're going down to Sarasota. Chad's mom is having trouble with her crackhead neighbors again.
Again?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they were, and then they got out of jail and they came back.
Shark, coach, tactical.
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do? Go down there and beat people up?
It's time to
No, well, so they were stealing her water supplies. So I guess the police are coming over so she can make a report. So we're gonna go over there and just be with her while that's going on.
Oh, man, listen. Maybe we should all go down there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they went to jail and there was no problem. Well, then they got out of jail and they were supposed to sell their house to one of their family members, and they were going to leave. And then their family member came in, spruced up the place to get ready to sell. And then they were like, oh, never mind. We want our house back.
Weren't they stealing her electricity too?
Yeah.
Like running extension cords to the house?
And the police basically said there was nothing that she could do about it. But now
that's definitely not
I just cut the cord.
You can do about it.
Right.
Did they wink when they said that? There's nothing you can do about it. Wink, wink, wink. And then he just leaves his gun there.
You know what I would do is I would find out I would go to YouTube, or I would actually call an electrician to find out what you can do to shoot so much electricity into their house that their house gets set on fire.
Yeah. Well,
I might know a guy.
Well, and then because I guess he's an he's a veteran.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with the HOA, that they can't do anything because it's a veteran loan mortgage. So they're
HOA, Schmhoa.
yeah.
Thank you
Time
for
to
your
call on your
service.
friends. Yeah.
Mike, the guy you're looking for that shoots in extra electricity is Doc Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But no, I mean,
How many gigawatts?
I
you
was
want?
gonna say, there's got to be something where you can override it and shoot them back and shut them down. You know.
So basically, the last time this happened, when they were stealing her power, the police said that basically she could get covers or locks for her electrical outlets.
Make her do more work.
Right, basically, but that's what the police said. But I guess now that they're stealing her water supply, that now she can actually
Time to poison. Bring out the
put in a
poison.
complaint or whatever about them. So
Poison the well.
He's a veteran.
Oh, sorry.
I can't do anything.
Listen, I'm on Team Chad.
I'm on Team Tarkov.
yeah, so like I said, so we're heading down to Sarasota.
I'm on
to
Chad's mom.
help her.
Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hard part about being successful and wanting to be like I want to go down there and just start punching people in the face and
Right.
break it, but you can't because that's the wrong
Yeah.
thing to do. I've learned
Right.
that.
It's unfortunate, but you're right.
It is unfortunate. My mom passed away, and there's a guy that owes my mom $6,000 in back rent. I want to kill that guy, but I can't kill him. I would feel it's funny because I actually understand it now. I'd rather that guy be dead and the money be gone than the guy be alive and the money be gone.
Yeah, I get that.
Right? Obviously, I'm not going to touch the guy. I can't, especially now that I just opened my big mouth.
Sends the wrong message, Michael.
Sends the wrong message. He's making me look bad by doing this.
Yeah.
What if you just got a broom handle, put a nail through the end, and just hit him a few times in the neck?
I think that'd be all right.
Don't do that.
God forbid you hit him in the eye.
Yeah.
And everybody's got cell phone cameras these days. Next thing you know, you lose a job. You don't want to do that.
Wear a mask.
I don't know. He was a big fat guy with no sleeves on. I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
You see the Detroit Lions, they're encouraging what the one player wants him to wear a ski mask. I'm like, I'm sure security loves that.
Should be great. I was like, that's good because when they lose, you can still put them on. You don't have to be embarrassed. You guys have a great day. Thank you to the Deep Inside the Music guys. You can find them on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and on YouTube. You want to watch a replay of this show? You want to check out last week's shows? They're all up on YouTube. Thanks to my friend Joe right there.
That's right. Enjoy it.
I don't know what they're laughing at, Joe. I was
Doesn't
giving you
matter,
love.
Michael. It doesn't matter. I'm not.
Don't
ruined
fall
for
for it.
I'm not gonna be on.
Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Goodbye.